Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday Eve, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I like that saying or not. People have been saying that a lot. It's kind of like, it's kind of cheesy, but we'll go ahead and say it anyway. So I can't think of anything better right now. So welcome back to another Thursday night beer flow, and I'm actually here with Todd and Shannon. So we're a little down on the crew, but that's all right. Still all good. Welcome to everybody out there in viewer land. So, what are you guys drinking tonight?
We are drinking North Coast Brewing Company, Berliner Weiss Tart Cherry.
Was that your choice or Shannon's choice?
Actually, I picked it up for both of us, I guess. More so just to let her try it. I've never had it either. But...
Well, there you go. Shannon's becoming quite the taster lately.
Which is kind of good because I gravitate a little bit towards some things that I would normally not pick up. So that's a good thing, too.
Yeah. Pretty soon she'll start to... Go ahead, Shannon.
He wants me to like it so bad that every time he goes, he picks something up he thinks I'd like. So this one's pretty good, though. I like it the more I drink it.
Nice. I haven't seen that one before, so I actually am drinking one I just had for the first time last night, finally, and people had asked for a review on it now, but just grabbed a 6-pack of the Sweetwater G13 IPA. So last night I had it on draft, which was pretty good. So first time from the bottle here. From the bottle.
Do you notice a lot of difference when you drink something from draft and then like in the bottle?
Yes, because draft is always best just because it's fresh. But considering if the draft lines are ran properly, I should say, draft will always be the best choice.
Yeah, I would agree.
There you go. Nice little pour there. Nice little head. Get the proteins out, the gases, let that sit there. Pulled it from the cooler, put a new thermometer in my cooler. So now I put a digital one in there. So right at 37 degrees in the cooler.
Oh, there you go. Is that the one that was given to you?
Yeah, the one that New Air sent. So still working, still hanging in there. So that's a good thing.
Nice.
And I'm about to restock it at some point. I'm trying to get all the beers out of it that I have in there right now. So little time, too many beers. But
tough problem.
Yeah, good problem to have for sure. And then before we get started some of the stuff, let's check the chat here. Welcome, everybody. Flow Rider in the house. Welcome, brother. Flow Rider Hillbilly, my WVUU alum. Welcome. And make sure you check out his channel. He does a lot of crazy stuff. And I believe on Friday nights, which will be tomorrow night, he has a pretty much party on his channel. So a great guy to check out. Throws it down, does all kinds of trivia type stuff as well. Always a blast. Cody Stark in the house. What's up, Cody? Cody says we're here, and I got my cousin here too. Look at Cody bringing people to the party.
Bringing the family in.
Cody, how you hanging out up there, by the way? I know it's cold as hell up in Michigan, so hopefully we're in Cincinnati and we're getting hit, but you guys are getting hit harder than us, so hopefully you're good to go and you're staying warm there. Probably thinking you're probably drinking a big stout tonight. And Eric Gilbert's in the house. Welcome, Eric. Said cheers, and it's my beer. Just when I say it to Cody, Eric's like, wait a second, I'm in Canada, son. It's a lot colder here. So hopefully you are staying warm too.
Hey, Eric, real quick, what they getting any snow up there in the last couple of days? If he'd answer.
Oh yeah, if you answer that in the chat there. And then we got Brandon, Craft Beer Pours. Welcome, brother. He's cold too because he's in the Boston area, so he's feeling some of the coldness as well. And then Chris off the 10th. Welcome, and Chris is in Canada. Everybody so far is like feeling all the cold. So welcome, brother. And then Ronnie S. Cheers. He says cheers, fellas. Welcome, Ronnie. And Cody says my cousin is drinking Still Reserve Hard Pineapple, and I'm drinking Bean Flicker by Oddside, and my girlfriend is drinking Smirnoff Ice. We also have some Shorts Octo Rock cider. So they got a little bit of a party going on there at Cody's place, it seems like. So
lots of variation.
Yeah, yeah, all sounds really good. But Cousin's going to be filming that Still Reserve in the morning. Chris off the test. There's a lot of stuff going on in your screen, Rod. I may have a seizure. Yeah, got a lot of stuff happening. A lot of stuff happening. Of course, off the test, Chris was one of the ones that actually got it started way back when he would throw stuff on his screen now. So yeah, just a lot of stuff happening there. Just keep following the shiny lights. Ronnie, that draft can actually be nasty if the bar doesn't take care of it. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. If the draft is ran properly. They don't take care of the draft lines, that's a whole different ball game for sure. Cody says was minus 35 degrees with wind chill this morning. And he's actually drinking a coffee blonde ale. So I would have thought you might have had a nice little stout action knowing how cold it was up there. But it's all good. Whatever works for you, works for you. Hey, Ted says, lots left. I should have copyrighted talking about the stuff happening on the screen. So, yeah, you should have locked it down. So, but lots of good people here. Make sure you check out Off the Tent. Does some really great beer reviews, especially his little Moo video. So make sure you check it out. You can hit the button or the 3 buttons or 3 dots, whatever you want to call it, to the right of name. You can check out his channel. And, of course, you can also check out Craft Beer Pours, who does a lot of various things from the beer reviews to the craziest beer hangouts even. So always doing some stuff on his channel. Another good guy to catch up on some videos. So let me see here. Let's see. Cody says I had Dragon's Milk while shoveling this week. So he did have some Dragon's Milk up there, which I still have the s'mores I need to drink from Dragon's Milk. And I also still have the coconut banana reserve. And then I didn't get the orange, but I heard the orange wasn't as good from people. So it's hard for me to say since I have not had it. I don't want to just throw it out there and throw them under the bus, but I heard that was like the least of the ones thus far. So I don't know if you saw that one down there, Todd, at all.
Which one was it again?
The orange Dragon's Milk.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. For whatever reason, it seems like we get way behind on the Dragon's Milk for some reason.
Yeah. And they got that new one that just came out. Was it a white stout I put on the Facebook page, I think?
Yeah, white chocolate stout or something.
Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting one they also have coming out here. So they're always doing something.
I'm like you. I haven't heard anything good about that orange chocolate one yet.
Yeah.
So somebody could try to make a play off of Bourbon County stuff a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, but sometimes you get surprised, right, when you do it. So you always want to follow your palate. Don't just take someone else's word for it.
Right.
Check out something and see. I mean, like 3 out of 4 people on the show loved Blackberry Jam Slushy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. Yeah.
One person didn't. It just
3 out of 4 proved the message.
Well, he didn't hate it.
He didn't like it, but he didn't hate it. Yeah.
One out of 4 rated strawberry blueberry slushy higher. Only 1 out of the 4, but that's all right, And big shout out to Eric, who's down in Tijuana. Well, now he's in San Diego, I think. So he's either at Ballast Point or Stone or who were the other ones he was looking to go to. Resident and somewhere else. So anyway, San Diego right now. He made it in and out of Mexico okay, it seems.
More of those.
But he did say he had the best tacos he's ever had down there in Mexico.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Which is funny because when I went to Mexico at the resort last year, they weren't even serving tacos at our resort. It was almost like, come on, we're not going to put tacos out.
He was serving like
we're in Mexico.
fettuccine Alfredo, spaghetti.
They put everything out except tacos.
Yeah. Like I want a refund.
You guys are just messing with me right now.
Yeah. I am in Mexico, right? Where's the tacos?
If we weren't here, you wouldn't have tacos. Is that what you're telling me? I think you probably would. Let's see where I get started on some of the topics of the night. Slide back up. And then Chris said, thanks for the shout out. Most definitely, my friend. You got good stuff happening on your channel. People should be checking you out. And then Bum says Ross Green looks like vintage Bloomberg Info TV. Yeah, got a lot of stuff, Bum. Got a lot of stuff. Bum's actually out in Pittsburgh. Hopefully, Bum is also, he's in cold, so hopefully Bum is also staying warm at this point. Cody says, I want to try the orange chocolate dragon's milk. If you do, let us know how it goes on there. I haven't seen it here yet. Todd hasn't seen it there yet. So we usually get the dragon's milk come through, but just haven't seen it. I'll
definitely pick it up though when I do. I always try to get them just because they're always so good most of the time.
Yeah, I'll get that one and the white chocolate one when I see it. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
And then Bum says all that I'm missing now is a beer news ticker across the bottom. Yeah. Give me time, Bum. Give me time.
Need the top 25 APs, top 25.
I can run scores across the bottom of the NCAA games. Drunken One's in the house. Welcome. He says Uncle Rodney. So welcome, brother. Now, Drunken One is one person not dealing with the cold because he's down in Austin, Texas, where it's nice and warm. And also make sure you check out Drunken One's channel. He does some very good stuff. He has some great hangouts on there as well. Does some other stuff besides just beer, gets around town and does some cool things. So always a fun time checking out his stuff. And then Ronnie says hello to Drunken. And then Bum says hello Sparky, which is D1's nickname as well. D1's got a few different nicknames. So I think Chris says hi, D1. Cody says his cousin is effed up right now, which still reserve can do that. So there we go. And then D1 says howdy back to Chris. So I look to the right, which you guys can't see, but I look to my right. I've got a board, different stuff up there, different topics, different things happening. Where do we begin at? Let's start with Bud Light. So Bud Light.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, Bud Light was nobody's drinking here, I don't think. Decided to put their ingredients on their packaging that everybody's kind of heard out there. Do you really think it's going to make any difference? I mean, they're trying to do it. Are they trying to do it in a way that's trying to somehow come back against craft brewer? Like people, when you drink a craft beer, you know the calories are going to be high anyway. You know they're going to be higher than your regular beer. So putting different ingredients on there. What's your thought behind that? What do you think? Anything that jumps out to you about it?
No, it's kind of interesting. I mean, everybody knows it's corn syrup, water, and corn, and some malts a little bit or barley in there.
Well, I didn't know that, but I like it.
Yeah.
And if I like something, I like it. If I want to know what's in it, I can look online. I don't think it's really going to make a difference.
So
people
if
like
you saw,
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Some people like craft beer, and then some people like, what's it called, a session beer?
Yeah, just your macros.
Yeah, the macro beers. I like both, but it doesn't. It's just not that important to me, really, what's in it. So if it tastes good to me, it tastes good to me.
As a consumer, would it grab your attention? Would it draw you in?
No.
To make you want to look at that beer? I mean, do you see any purpose of them actually doing it?
No.
For them and the other big, macros out there, I don't really see any point in it because you know what's in it most of the time. Most people know what's already in it anyway, so it's not like they're using any out-of-the-box adjuncts, throwing in vanilla or, coconut or something like that where you should list it on the bottle. But, Miller Lite, Bud Light's been around for how long now, so why? I don't know what the purpose is there.
Are these companies, the macro breweries, are they being hurt by the craft beer industry?
Not to a total amount. I mean, macro is still dominating the sales, although macro sales are shrinking down, where as a whole, craft breweries sales are rising, but it depends on the brewery. There's some craft breweries that are going under. There are some that struggle a little bit more than others, and there's some that are making some good strides. So if you look at it as just macro versus craft is tending to have a little bit more growth than what the macro is. And especially when you have like some of the millennials who are kind of now putting more into spirits than they are beer. There's some that like the craft and are not drinking craft. They may be drinking more spirits but they made overall, so that could be affecting them too.
Do you still buy like Bud Light and Miller like we do, just to have it in our fridge?
Who you have it in there for?
Just when we have parties, or sometimes I'll drink it.
Yeah, mostly for other people that come over, but
Yeah, Todd really don't drink it very often.
I don't usually drink them. Shannon will drink them,
Yeah,
but now she might not. Now she's
no, but when we have parties, I usually will drink like Bud Light so that I don't get so hammered by, like if I'm drinking like a craft beer or wine or something like that, I get 4 or 5 drinks in and I'm ready to go to bed. But if I drink Bud Light, then I can drink that all night long.
Yeah, because it's like water. But
yeah.
No, I mean, I don't buy it because it's just me buying beer usually. So, and even the wife, she drinks more craft stuff now too. So,
it's interesting knowing over the last year and a half or so that AB InBev and some of these other ones were pushing big for buying up a lot of these craft breweries. That doesn't seem to be the case as much here as of late, or maybe I'm just not seeing it as much.
No, there hasn't been any big surprises as of late in the last few months. I mean, they're still out there, I'm sure, trying to buy some, but some of the craft brewers, what they did to help avoid that is also team up more. So we've seen some of the smaller craft breweries team up with other ones to avoid being bought out and needing those other assets and stuff. And just because one does throw the check into it, it's not always a full buyout. With the Brewers Association, it's more than 30% that kind of kicks them out of the craft thing. But sometimes it's just a cash infusion, and then it's a play on that other company's balance sheet. So it's not always going to be a takeover type thing.
Most of them seem to have been left alone, and it's just opened up their distribution to other parts of the country that they weren't getting to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, and depending who buys them out, for instance, Lagunitas, going back to them that we talked about a few times previously, them being purchased by Heineken Europe is now opening up markets to them overseas a lot more. And they're not messing with what they're doing with Lagunitas. It's a cash play for Heineken USA as part of their groupings, but they're saying, hey, we're going to put you in the Japan market. We're going to put you in the I don't know if they're in China, but these other type of markets, they're going to put them in some of these European markets that Lagunitas wasn't Apple for. That's the upside of being able to do that. I mean, even here domestically, you take something like Wicked Weed that is popping up in areas they weren't there before, but it's because they're under AB InBev now, and they're able to get that distribution to other spots. And to my knowledge, they haven't been messed with at all by them at all. So,
yeah, we were there. When was that? Year and a half ago, I guess, for Wicked Weed. Nashville.
Oh, yeah, it was not this last October, but the October before.
Yeah. And I talked to a guy, and that was right about when the takeover happened, I guess, or I don't know if it fully went full effect yet or not, but I talked to a guy there, and that's what he said. He was like, the plan was not for AB InBev to really even have anything to do with them. They just bought them, to, I guess, for whatever reason, and then in hopes of getting better distribution throughout the country or in more areas. But it wasn't AB InBev's intention of even putting their hands on them and trying to do anything different with their beer. So to kind of go on what you were saying, I don't think that's happened yet to this point.
Yeah. The funny thing is I haven't seen a lot of the Wicked Weed here, which is weird because I have seen a Devil's Backbone because of them getting bought under. I've seen Elysian. I've seen some of the other ones like Golden Road and some of these other ones out there. But it's like, I don't know why Wicked Weed hasn't been through this area yet.
We haven't.
Yeah. Because they're based out of, I think originally out of North Carolina, I believe. So you would think regionally we would have got them by now.
Yeah, they're in Asheville.
So was that the first time you had Wicked Weed?
When we went there?
Yeah.
I think so.
So had you heard of them before?
Yeah, they were like one of the big sought after. Well, I don't know if they are as much now, but they were one of those breweries that was making great stuff, and everybody wanted to get it. I think they still are making good stuff. I mean, I've had some stuff recently, or not recently, but within the last 6 months, from one of my neighbors, and it's still really good stuff. So,
yeah. Now, an interesting thing that just happened recently to jump over, which it wasn't on my big board, but now I think about it, it will be interesting because you talk about a company that went under a merger or took the money, Goose Island. So their main Bourbon County brewer is actually leaving. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in, or if it'll be somebody in-house that'll step up if anything changes when the head brewer actually leaves there. He's going to a different brewery now. I don't know if he's starting his own or going somewhere else, but he did announce he would be leaving there. So all the people that line up for the Bourbon County Stout, it'll be interesting next year when it comes out if they see any changes or along those lines. I would think it would be somebody in-house that would already know the formula, but you never know.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
It seems like head brewers kind of go to other breweries, switch around. I don't know, bring different techniques or something. So you never know. That's a good. That'd be a good thing to watch.
Yeah.
Now you think it would affect this year's batch? I wonder how far in advance they brew that before it's actually released.
I don't know when they actually start the brewing for that one. Now with an ale, you actually brew at warmer temperatures than you would a lager, which is cold temperatures. So they could easily be starting that sometime around spring or May, somewhere around those lines, depending. It's a higher ABV, of course. So sometimes you'll ferment a little bit longer with the higher ABV beer, but I would think sometime by spring, they're probably starting to get working on it. So
yeah,
I'd be surprised if it's already being done, especially when you're dealing with a brewery like that, because you're actually, you're force pressuring a lot of that stuff to get it done in a certain time frame. So it's not like when we do it in our kitchen or garages for most people. Well,
yeah, we gotta let it sit for weeks.
Yeah. But Cody said his cousin had rushed a Natty Rush with some laughing faces behind it. So yeah, you don't want to rush a Natty Rush. Todd couldn't even finish his Natty Rush. I mean, so I think Todd still has nightmares about that Natty Rush.
No, that was the Four Loko.
Oh, it was Four Loko. Okay, it wasn't Natty. Yeah. It was Four Loko. Okay, all right.
I probably would have rather had the Natty Rush.
And Eric Gilbert is drinking a Bell City Eureka Amber Cream Ale. Okay. And I wonder if Eric got any whiskey with that. Usually you have a beer and some whiskey there too. Drunken One said, thanks, Rod. 53 degrees Fahrenheit there. So see, Drunken One's doing it right down in Austin on a nice cooler evening.
Nice. Heat wave.
Eric Gilbert said, come on. There is no barley in Bud.
True.
Cody said, my cousin said some people like the natty and some like the craft. LMAO. Ronnie says, beer drinkers unite, craft and macro. And Beer Man, hey, welcome, Beer Man. Thanks for joining in. He said, Bud Light is terrible, and it does matter what is in the beer. You should care about that more, or open your mind more. So, Drunken One said, Ronnie, are you chasing me? So I guess they were on back-to-back streams behind each other. And Ronnie says, not me, man. And then Beer Man says, yuck to Bud Light. And Drunken One laughs at that. Hey, Vanessa Kitty, welcome. She says hello. And Eric Gilbert says, Smoky Scotch, how I keep it light, LOL. And then Drunken One saying hi to Miss Kitty. And he says he brushes his teeth with Bud Light. And he's sure he spits it out. So he says, damn shame is it still leaves the bad taste. Beer Man says there's much more quality in craft beer over domestic. Yeah, I definitely agree. But some people like domestic, and if they like domestic, that's fine. It's totally their call. It's a matter of what they enjoy. Don't want to be a snob and slam people, but I definitely agree. For me, quality is not little. It is higher in craft beer. Eric Gilbert says Bourbon County is going to crap. I didn't get Bourbon County this past year. I just had no urge to really pick it up at all. Had it at places, didn't really just want to get it.
I haven't had this year's either, but I've actually heard that the regular Bourbon County this year was as good as it's been in a long time.
See, I didn't think last year's was all that. I thought last year's was. Don't tell me wrong. I say it was all great. I thought last year's was good, but I thought it was kind of down from what it was from previous years. So maybe this year's a rebound, and so maybe it tastes that much better because this year might be better for people than it was last year.
There you go, Rod. Opening one up from your area.
Which one is it?
Have you seen this one?
Oh, the platform. No, hold that up there. Let me see here. Barrel Aged S'mores Imperial Stout. I have not seen that. I have not. But you know what I'm getting tomorrow? You know what I'm getting tomorrow?
What?
I'm getting a platform tasting room in Cincinnati, baby.
I saw you post something on that.
Yeah, I go get anything I want now from platform. What you got, guys? What you got? Anything I want from platform, right there. So
I didn't actually get a chance to read the article, but did I read that right? Where it was going like close to Rheingeist, or in the same building as Rheingeist?
I don't know if I didn't see if it was in the same building, but it is OTR. It's not too far from Rheingeist, okay. I'm sure. So we'll have that here.
Is that the one we went to that was in the big warehouse? Mm-hmm. We were the oldest people in the whole place.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was a bunch of 20-something-year-olds. It was a really cool place, but yeah, we were out of our element.
Well, Todd's a millennial.
Well, I'm younger than he is.
I was just saying, keep yourself. I was amongst my people. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so that opens tomorrow, and then a few months we'll have the Brewdog tasting room here too. So, or that might be by the fall, but they're putting the Brewdog one here as well.
Look at you go!
Just beer everywhere. So much beer.
Have you had problem. This one, Rod?
I have not had that one.
You like that one? I love it.
What is it?
It might be my favorite I've had so far.
What type of beer is it?
It just come back out. Picked it up yesterday. I think it doesn't really say on the can. I would say it's more of it's a collaboration, but it's it's from Central Brewing Company, which is out of Indiana, out of Indianapolis. But it doesn't really say. I would put it along the lines of a sour-ish kind of Berliner Weissen style, I would say.
Yeah, that one was much more sour. This one tastes more like a craft beer than that one did.
Yeah.
So a sour type ale.
Yeah, it says style, malt beverage brewed with natural flavors. But
it's 7%.
It's a collaboration with Emporium Arcade Bar, but it's an Indianapolis brewery. 7% ABV.
And what's the name of that brewery?
Central State.
Okay, I've heard of Central State. Okay.
Yeah, they do some pretty good stuff. This came out last. I don't remember when it came out. I don't know if it was this time last year or at some point last year. I want to think it was in the summer, and I didn't get a chance to get it, but I heard a lot of good things about it. And our local liquor store here got it in again, so I stopped by after work yesterday and got it. They just allow you a 2-can limit.
Oh, is that why you got 2 and I just drank them both?
Yeah. That's all right. I wanted to try it, but I got you too. So.
Well, I see you rocking the Dragon's Milk glass. Is that what you got from the s'mores?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I got here too. Yeah.
Everybody's got those now, I think. I mean, I couldn't pass it up for. I think I got it for $13.99 for the bomber and 2 glasses.
Yeah, the price is dropping. Mine was $15, but someone else said they got it for $14. So.
Or maybe it was $14.99.
But yeah, I mean, they could be coming down as they try to get rid of it. I mean, 11% nice Dragon's Milk, not wrong with that. And let me see here. And then appreciate everybody watching. We got 12 people watching, 5 likes. If you want to hit that like button, feel free to do so. Go back where I left off. Drunken One said, let me go back to Cody's comment. He says, I feel like craft products are coming back because there's more thought and creativity in them. And my cousin said Four Loko is his fave. So his cousin likes the Four Loko. Beer. What is Shannon saying there? Oh, wait a minute. Shannon's doing a review. Let Shannon do the review.
Yeah.
Come on, Shannon, do the review of the beer. This is like a world premiere.
Caramel. And it looks like coffee.
Shannon's world premiere video, y'all. Their first review ever on camera.
Worldwide premiere.
It tastes like graham crackers.
So the adjuncts, it's marshmallow, graham cracker, lactose, bourbon rum barrels. The grains: Tiro, Pilsner, Maris Otter, caramel 120, caramel 77, chocolate, pale chocolate, Carafa 3, and Cara Aroma. And then, yeah, bourbon barrels. That comes in at 10%, 45 IBUs.
Nice.
Look at Platform listing everything on here.
Yeah, Platform does well put information on their can. They put everything on there you would possibly want.
Yeah. I do taste marshmallow too.
So it's their what they're calling their barrel age series.
That's really good.
Cleveland, Ohio. You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think anything else you taste out of it, Shannon?
Now that I saw the bourbon, I can kind of taste the bourbon, which I usually don't like, but I don't mind it in that.
I get the
oakiness
the bourbon on the nose. It's a little colder though, so
it smell like graham crackers.
Let it warm up a little bit, and then I'll pour some of it in another glass, and then you try it again a little bit and see how it changes once it comes down to more room temperature. Yeah, because they just got it out of the fridge, so it's a little bit colder than it's. And Paul's gonna throw everything at his TV because of that.
Well, I probably wouldn't try it if it wasn't cold.
Well, if it was, I mean, as it warms up, it should open up more flavor for it.
Yeah, baby steps. I do like that though. I'm shocked. I didn't think I'd like that.
I do have more of those.
They had more of these.
See, Shannon, all these years you were away from craft, you were missing all this good stuff.
I know. I'm a creature of habit, though.
Just needed to get you all get her into it.
No, it was the old lady at the Dawn of Day that got me drinking that one beer, and I was like, oh, well, maybe it all don't taste like shit.
Yes, all the craft does not taste like shit.
This one Todd had forced on me before.
Yeah,
not true.
Well, that's the fun thing, Shannon, about craft beer. There's so many different styles out there. You know, you may not like something here, but you'll find 4 or 5 other ones you do really like. So
yeah,
you know, tons of styles.
I get big marshmallow flavor on it.
You don't?
I do.
Oh, I know. That's what I said. I tasted marshmallow.
And then the graham cracker kind of kicks in.
I taste the graham cracker and the marshmallow and the bourbon.
I get more bourbon on the nose than in the flavor, though, at this point, with it being chilled. It's good, though. I like it.
It does have a little bit of chocolate to it, though, too. I could taste some chocolate. Does it have chocolate in it?
No, most of your stouts will have that just from when it's got, chocolate.
But see, I think it smelled like caramel. I didn't smell any of that other stuff.
Some of the malts and stuff usually gear you towards chocolate, coffee-ish.
Yeah.
Did you get any coffee feel on it?
No, not at all on this one.
Mm-mm.
I like it. I'm digging this one. This is good.
Yeah, that one is good.
I might have to go back and get another can or so.
Can you get like a 4-pack of it or a 10-pack or what is it? 6-pack, 12-pack?
That'd be a 4-pack.
Shannon's like, bring a case. He's like, get a case, bring it home.
Give me a case of it.
I think they only sold it in singles, though. I'm not sure because it's.
How much was it for one?
I'm thinking it was about $4.99 a can or something.
How much were these?
Yeah, those would be like in those. Well, they could be in 4-packs for those, but usually with Platform, their pint cans are 4-packs. They're usually those are 6-packs for that size. Because that's a 12-ounce, right? Or was that a pint can?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, usually they're 12s or 6-ounce.
Honestly, didn't pay attention as if they had them selling them. They might have just been selling them as singles only. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they could stretch it out that way. They'd probably buy them as to 4 to break them out. Upcharge them.
That's the one thing I do like about this liquor store. They have, as long as they're not the pre-boxed, 6-packs that a lot of them are doing now. Mm-hmm. They won't bust those up. But anything else is free game. You can buy singles of everything. Of course, they charge you a little more for it. But if you buy like 6 individuals, then they'll knock like 15% off your total or whatever.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, once you get to 6, so you get a little bit of a discount if you go, get a 6-pack of mixers.
Yeah,
and that's a stout.
Mm-hmm.
I like that better than the stouts we tried at Dawn and Day. Probably. I mean, I don't think I've tried that many stouts, but I like that. These two are probably my favorite that I've tried.
Yeah, it's a solid.
Besides the Little Moon, whatever it was called.
It's a little thinner than I would have expected, being 10% in the barrel age, but it's really good. I'd recommend it, Rod, if you can see it or pick it up.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll definitely keep an eye out for it because I like my platform. Let's see. Drunken One has said he just got the Goose Island IPA package and flavor both. He said I just got the Goose Island IPA package and flavor both changed for the worse. So he's kind of down on the Goose Island right now. Beer Man said it's all about education. I love people like this. We can educate them and help them love craft beer. Appreciate it. Yeah, we can. We have a great time. And
I love to learn.
Yeah, Shad is a more recent convert, but we have other people that come in as well that, try different things. So it's always cool. That's the good thing about the beer community. Everybody's most of the time, a lot of people are knowledgeable and are willing to help and teach other people and have fun with it.
So what are you drinking now? Did you switch beers?
No, I got a 6-pack of this. So I'm just drinking this. I only buy something for the show each Thursday because I have so many beers in the beer cellar that everything in my beer cellar is one thing only. So those are all done for reviews. So I'm kind of holding back to get them all reviewed. So I went out to the store today to see what I wanted to get and grabbed a 6-pack of this, and I saw they had it there. So
is that the one that looked like it had a little sloth on it or something?
A fish, but close. A fish.
Well, doesn't it look like doesn't it look like a little
It's like a catfish.
It looks like a catfish. Yeah. It looks like a sloth.
A sloth?
Yes.
I mean, you could have probably said like the creature alien when it's born, but sloth is a little bit more of a try there, but it's pretty good. I like it.
I haven't seen
this one. So if you haven't seen it, but this one, what they write on here, we took an already dank IPA and married its hops with strain-specific terpenes and natural hemp type flavor. The result is aromatic, super hybrid, sticky IPA that's ready to rip. A strange new strain indeed. So they kind of have it like a strain, kind of like it towards a hemp. But I will say the one thing with this one that I actually like, because I've had a few of the hemp beers and you think like the Hemper and stuff like that. This one is not overpowering, like you're not burping up hemp the next day or whatever. It's actually pretty smooth and it's nice tempered balance they have with that one. So they did a pretty good job with Sweetwater. Sweetwater for me is an up and down brewery. They're out of Atlanta. If you're not familiar with them, their hop hash is probably my favorite, but this has actually become like my second favorite probably with them that I've tried thus far. So
you said dank. Is that like a description of a part of the beer?
Yeah, so like dank, resinous, basically your weed smell. You never smell
weed.
She never smelled weed. She never smelled weed.
Yeah, she smelled weed.
Just smelled it though. I only smelled it.
Yeah. Puff, puff, pass.
Todd's like, you remember.
Yeah, if I remember correctly what it smells like, I got what you're saying.
This one time in Gatlinburg.
Yeah. They should say that instead of dank, because dank smells or sounds bad. Like somebody handed me something and said, "This is dank." I'd be like, "No, thanks."
Well, you'll learn the vocabulary of craft beer. Sometimes words you think would never be used to describe stuff are used in craft beer vocabulary. It's kind of surprising sometimes. But dank is probably one that does get overused, but it fits for that.
Yeah. What was that beer you had that time that tasted like skunk? It was a golfer's beer. It was a long, long time ago, and he has the little Norm. You know who I'm talking about? He has all the clothes with the little multicolored. Greg Norman, yeah. Didn't he have a beer?
I don't remember him having a beer.
I don't know, but
it was no, I know what you're talking about. It was the land shark.
Yes. Oh my God.
That was probably because it was probably skunked.
It probably was. Yeah, it was.
Land shark gets skunked rather easily.
Ugh.
Opened that one up and it was like,
damn, you could smell it in the whole room.
Somebody just come by spraying some shit in the air or something.
That was probably like 18 years ago, and I still remember it was horrible.
Yeah, land shark. Yeah.
So when I hear the word dank, that's what exactly it takes me to. Is that
No,
skunky beer?
beer.
yeah. See, that would be just called skunked at that point. Skunked is different than dank.
So there actually is a skunked.
Mm-hmm.
So what's
You'll
that
see
just
it,
mean when the beer goes bad?
yeah, like that. You'll get it sometimes like with Heineken because of the green bottles. Beers that don't hold out light would get skunky.
Like the
Because
clear bottle.
the oxidation inside and everything. You don't want a skunk beer, that's for sure. Let me see here.
Good.
And then Eric Gilbert earlier said he could do a whiskey. We were talking about the whiskey there. So yeah, I bet you could, Eric.
What's his whiskey of choice when he does? If he comment.
I think with Eric is whatever one's close to him. But Eric, if you have a whiskey of choice, feel free to place that in there. Which I was watching and talking with Jo in the Party Source reviews last night, and he was talking about one of his favorites, or 1492, which I still have not have picked up, so I need to pick that up at some point and try that one. Foamy Head says, "Hey everyone, I'm having a real heavy Scotch ale from Real Ale Brewing Company. Cheers, 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 Foamy. How's that one actually taste there? Beerman drinking Dawn of the Red right now. It's great. I haven't heard of that one. I have not seen that either, and that sounds great. And I don't know if you're talking about the platform or you're talking about the Sweetwater beer, man. Let us know." Cody says, my cousin Nate Still Reserve didn't want to go down. LAMO. So are we saying that it's coming back up for your cousin now? Like it's making a return of the Still Reserve?
Cousins don't let cousins drink Still Reserve, first off.
Your first mistake was. Cody said, "Can you recommend some craft beers to him, guys?" Yeah, depending on what he usually likes to check out. Let us know what he usually drinks or his palate. I mean, you might want to get into some of the lagers, the craft lagers that are coming out now, or some of the wheat ales. Those are usually some of your crossover styles. Something like a blonde ale is a crossover type style, but whiskey usually like to drink. 21090 in the house. What's up, 21090 Brewing? Cheers. He says, "What's up, Rod?" Cheers, everyone. And make sure you check out 21090. They do some good beer stuff on there, including brewing, of course. So they brew some beer on there. And if you want to learn about brewing, great channel to also watch there. And of course, Drunken One, who's here as well. He also does some brewing here and there on his channel too. It makes a mean jerky. So check out Drunken One. Drunken One should do a video when he makes jerky. And then Beerman has said, yes, try a blonde or a cream ale to start when being introduced to craft beer. Just a suggestion, especially if you are used to Still Reserve. Yeah, I don't know if there's really a craft beer equivalent for Still Reserve. So we're going to have to make a little bit of a jump there.
Yeah, that's a push.
Yeah. Eric Gilbert said he went with Dean's 2008 Bordeaux red wine cask, big boy at 58.7%. And then Drunken One noticed 21090 in the house. Eric Gilbert is back to whiskey and beer, baby. And 21090 back to Drunken One. Beer Man, very good. Oops, let me go back up here. Man, there's more comments that I did not realize till my cursor slipped. And Beerman said, very good seeing your show. Love it. Great guests. They're cool. So yeah, so Todd's always on here with the Beer Flow show, and Shannon just started joining recently. So we'll have Shannon on here a lot more too. And then of course we'll get Joe when he's back out of doing whatever he's doing for the Beer Patrol, and then Eric, he's back for
Eric's got a long list of guys he has to whack for a while.
Yeah. So the running joke is that Joe's actually a hitman because he works these weird hours.
No, you said Eric.
Does Eric?
Yeah.
Joe, I mean, yeah.
Joe, yeah.
So Joe is like the Tom Cruise character in Collateral, riding around with Joe's house.
Hey, me and Todd are going to go stand in line at 450 North for you guys.
Are you guys going tomorrow?
That's next Friday, next week.
Oh, you guys are going to go.
I was going to go on my own, but
yeah, she was going by herself. She's like, I go and get some of that slushies.
Yeah.
Hey, I would not stop you from going to 450 North for sure. Definitely appreciate that. Oh,
The
that's what I was
third
going to ask
can release they show it today was triple IPA.
Oh, man. Yeah. They make some good stuff there. I would like to get that Reese's though. That Reese's one to definitely get.
Yeah, that
But
one was good.
but that reminds me, and I don't know if you're getting it from is it your brother-in-law up here now, Todd, or your brother-in-law?
My brother. Yeah, my brother.
Brother. So Graters is coming out Graters. Brax is coming out this weekend with their Graters raspberry,
Blackberry, wasn't it?
blackberry raspberry chip. So I didn't know if you went that one. I don't know if you got it from your brother before or not.
Is that the same one they made last year?
Yeah, it's the same one. They made that last year. It's a new formula, I guess they're doing this year as well. I mean, I didn't know if you wanted that one. I know Joe was after me last year. He's like, I didn't know you guys had that. I saw that. And I was like, well, if it comes out again, I'll get it for you. So,
well, I sent him one on this last one as a mystery beer, but it was like 9 months old, so I don't know how well it held up.
He had trouble figuring that one out, I bet.
Well, I knew he's been wanting it, and I just kind of happened to stumble across it in the refrigerator. So I was like, I'm gonna send it to him. I even told him it was what was in it was old, so I didn't know how well. But he seemed to still like it all right.
He don't care. He's like, just send it.
Yeah,
like send it.
But those are pretty good. I'm kind of disappointed it's the same one though. That I thought maybe they'd come out with a different flavor this year.
Well, they had good success with that one. They did one year that didn't come out as good, and then they had one with the cookie dough something, and that one was okay. But this one people liked a lot more, so I think they're just going to say we'll stick with something we did pull off well. So
Shannon's brother, when they come out this past year, found them at Meijer at a grocery chain store. Do you have Meijer's in your?
Yeah, we have Meijer. I mean, Kroger's based out of this area, but we have Meijer here too.
But he found some there. I think it was at Meijer in Kentucky, and picked up like a 4-pack for I don't know. It seemed like it was next to nothing. It wasn't a Rajay deal, but it was pretty good. Pretty good deal, I think.
Yeah, it's I think usually their 4-packs might be like $9.99 or something, but if they've got them overstocked, they may drop it down a little bit. Like Jungle Gyms would drop it down notoriously because they got to move stuff all the time.
That's where I want to go again.
That place is crazy.
We're going to come up to IKEA and get some couches here in the next few months. So we're going to go to Jungle Gyms. So we ought to meet up with Rod and have a beer.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah, just be careful though with IKEA. I just saw a thing on the internet today where somebody almost sliced their finger off putting together IKEA parts. Now the person may have been a dumbass. I can't.
Yeah, probably.
But they showed them on there like their finger was almost taken off. So.
God.
Let me see here.
So is that Graters? Is that a stout?
The Graters one, the Braxton one. Yeah, it's like a black raspberry chocolate like stout or something.
Do you have Graters in Cincinnati? Ice cream place?
Yeah, they're based out of Cincinnati.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have.
You have Graters.
Yeah, we actually do have a Grater.
Yeah, we do.
Down the street from us.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I didn't know they were based out of Cincinnati. I knew we had one, but.
So the brewery that I have with is the Cincinnati brewery.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think they're overrated.
Skyline. I think they're overrated too, Shannon.
Yeah.
But I'll eat it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can be just happy going to UDF most of the time, but people here go crazy on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, it's good, but it's kind of overpriced ice cream, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Yeah. And then let me see, get back to the comments here. Beerman saying he loved the responses and was saying Shannon thinks it's good. That's great. Talking about some of the stuff earlier. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Beerman says, skip the Bud Light talk. These guys are cool. It's great when there's compromise.
He's not nearly as cool without me.
Yeah. And then
right.
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Answer, Todd.
That's what these guys tell me anyway. So
yeah. And the beer man comment us the weed phrases. Cody Stark says, every time you guys say beer, we have to drink. Well, I don't know what you're doing if you're not doing that already.
Yeah. You'll be on the floor before long.
Don't
beer,
make
beer.
Yeah.
Have to make me spin a trivia wheel again here.
There you go.
And I say, yeah, they know it. Love, lots of laugh. Love, puff, puff, pass phrase they use. For that, Cody talking about every time we say beer to drink. Eric Gilbert says sticky icky, which I even throw that one out there, but that's another phrase there, Shannon, sticky icky. So, do you need me to pause on that? You don't know sticky icky either.
No, what's sticky icky?
It's like another weed reference.
But
it's used a lot in rap songs.
Yeah, like Snoop Dogg will say it, but
yeah.
Oh, by the way, when we get a new dog, we're naming it Snoop.
Yeah.
But like some beer will have a sticky feel as well, where you'll feel it's like kind of a stickiness in your mouth. Sometimes people will say sticky icky with it as well too. Again, it's kind of it does have a weed reference as well, but in craft beer, people know what it means too.
Sticky.
Hillbilly Select Reviews. He says, hello, Rider friends. Welcome, Hillbilly. Hillbilly is actually not too far from you, Todd and Shannon, of course. He's actually in the Louisville area. So
yeah, I need to get with him sometime and meet up somewhere.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen Hillbilly Select Reviews channel, another good channel for you guys to check out. He does, and Hillbilly can correct me if I'm wrong here, but he does the beer reviews, he does coffee reviews, he does tea reviews, and I believe he's also doing spirit reviews now. So he has different days during the week when he does each. I know Sunday is like the coffee review day, because it is Sunday. You got to take a break, so why not on Sunday? And then the other one is during the week that he uploads some stuff.
Hillbilly, are you in Louisville? If he can comment where on the outskirts or where exactly is he located?
Yeah, if you can put that in the comments, and then I guess that goes Todd's right across from you from there in Louisville. Is it Louisville or Louisville? What do you usually say?
Louisville. It's Louisville, Louisville. They make shirts that's got like the name on a shirt, and it's like pronunciated like 15 different ways. So.
Yeah, but if you're from here, it's Louisville.
It's Louisville. Yeah,
it's Louisville, right? And because like if somebody comes in, they don't say Louisville. You look at them like you're not from here.
Yeah, like you're not from around here, are you, boy? Yeah.
When you go to New Orleans, if you say New Orleans or you say Nolans, then they're going to know a difference there. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
You say New Orleans, they're like, oh, you're from the big city, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of the same, yeah. But I don't know, you get some people around here, though, that'll call it Louisville.
And up here, even like some of the people from this area will also sometimes say, and you'll hear like Phil Sims say it. Was it Phil Sims or it was Phil Sims will say Cincinnati instead of Cincinnati. So sometimes you get that up here too.
Well, he's a Louisville guy too, though, so he should know better than that.
Yeah, well, people that are from this area sometimes will have Cincinnati.
Well, yeah.
So, let me see here. And D1 was saying hello to John. Says, "How's my favorite Popo?" And then Eric Gilbert says, "Oh yes, the Scotch was right next to me, so it was the whiskey next to him is his favorite choice apparently." And John was saying, "Doing fine." And apparently Drunken One, and I haven't checked these out, but Drunken One's doing tool reviews as well now on this channel. As John says, salute, love the tool reviews. So Drunken One is always into something, so you got to check out his channel as well. And Arizona Timeless Tourist in the house, welcome. Says good evening, all welcome. And Arizona Timeless Tourist, check out their channel too. Always has a lot of good stuff happening there as well. And ASAP Fishing One, welcome. He says he's new to the channel. Yes, I think we connected on one of the other shows or other channels, I should say. And ASAP Fishing does a lot of fishing footage. So if you like fishing, good stuff you can catch on there, and some good stuff that he does out there from shooting some videos as well, I believe. 21090, my man, says, "Hey, Rajay, the coconut brown ale is almost ready to keg." Sweet. Is it almost ready to ship? Which we got to hook up. I got to get you the stuff. I forgot to send you an email, I think, so we could do like some beer stuff from I get Kentucky taken off your map or whatever that we're doing. So, like I said, I can do Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana. But Todd's in Indiana. He might be willing to do Indiana for you as well. So 21090s, 21090s trying to get beers from every state. They're trading with every state. So
yeah, I'll be up for it if he wants.
Yeah,
get some information or whatever he's looking for. I'll try to help him out.
No doubt. And then Elbow 88, welcome. Elbow's in another warmer area. I believe Elbow's down in Florida, I believe, if I'm correct. So he's away from the polar vortex right now. Welcome. And 210S, Drunken Wife, if he was brewing anytime soon. And he said he actually brewed an Irish Red Ale last weekend.
I was going to ask the same thing.
Yeah. I haven't had a good Irish Red Ale in a while, too. And then Elbow says, hello to 10 and all and 23KC. What's good, y'all? How are you? Doing well, and thanks for joining 23KC as we're kicking in here, talking a little beer stuff and other things as they pop up. So feel free to join in on the conversation. And 23KC says he lives in Indiana. So what part of Indiana are you in? Todd is actually down towards Jeffersonville, right, area?
Yeah, we actually live in Sellersburg, but we're 7 miles north of Louisville.
Jesus Christ.
Where'd you find this guy, Shannon? I mean,
I don't know.
And 23KC, are you feeling the pain of Indiana basketball this year? I know my boy Todd has been hurt.
You didn't have to go there, Rod.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find misery loves company, right? So I'm trying to get your buddy here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a buddy that's misery too.
I got the email there, 21090, so I'll get it to Todd as well. And then we'll shoot an email. We can look at doing those trades and everything. Let me see. He's in Lawrenceburg. Actually, he's closer to me than to you. Because Lawrenceburg is only 30 minutes from me because I'm actually in northern Kentucky. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Still not that, you know.
And then Drunken One says that his beer was puking out of the blow-off tube. Talking back to 1090. So that live in Indiana, but I actually am part of the Cincinnati broadcasting area. He's a Xavier Musketeers fan. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
They're having a rough season this year too. So, and I really can't count on anybody because my Mountaineers are sucking right now. We're not even getting to the NIP. So
yeah, we're not even in there. We probably won't win another game the rest of the year.
Yeah, but 23KC, you're right in my backyard as well. So, you know, maybe one day we'll grab a beer or something here. 21090 active then. Talking about the Drunken One. So, yeah, talking about their beers being active as far as the brewing. And he says, yes, sir. Small world, G. So, cool. So, all comments are caught up right now. See how long that lasts.
Yeah.
Next, I've only been through one topic on the board, and we've already had all that conversation. But yesterday, I had a hop slam, and I had taken a picture of it, I put it on Instagram and all kind of stuff with it. Hop Slam, I say it's a very good beer, but to me, I often find it to be overhyped. I know people are going crazy to try to get Hop Slam. In fact, the store I went tonight where I bought these at, they actually had a couple of the packs of Hop Slam sitting on the counter that they were trying to sell. So thinking about Hop Slam, Todd, I don't know if you've had it in a while or not. You know, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think it's an overhyped beer? Do you think it's...
I haven't picked it up yet this year. I was going to get it yesterday, but I kind of passed on it for now. I mean, it's kind of plentiful, readily available in my area right now. I don't know. It's kind of one of those, you know, just yearly beers. I kind of look forward to it, but I get what you're saying. I kind of agree. It's a little maybe overrated, especially for the price, which like $18.99 for a 6-pack, I guess, or for 6-pack,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if it's just the hype of it being an annual. I kind of like to see it just to see maybe the differences in it and how it changes, at least from my memory from, you know, the previous year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good beer. It's not $18.99 worth, I don't think. If it was something that they came out with, you could pick up on a monthly basis or whatever for that price, I wouldn't do it. But once a year, maybe okay.
Yeah. And for anybody out there in the comments, if you've had Hop Slam, what do you guys think about it as well, as far as the hype around it? And like I said, for me, I rate it for my personal, and we talked about ratings before and stuff. It's all basically on somebody's personal feel. For me, it was a 4 out of 5. It's good. It's decent. It's very good, I should say. But like when I had it last night, it was good, but it was kind of like I could have had the one from Dunkin' Donuts. I want to try the Harpoon Porter, I think it is. And then they had another one up there, and I was like, did I really make the right guess what I wanted to drink here? I mean, I wasn't, as like I said, disappointed, but I was like, there were other options, and I just felt like I didn't know if I chose right on that one. This one I had on draft last night. I felt like I chose right on that one. But it is what it is. But I think there's so many beers that sometimes you just don't know because they're hyped. They're hyped up. I mean, for instance, like, you guys get like Evil Twin, and some of the Evil Twin beers sometimes are hyped up more than they actually are. Or if we say like in Louisville, I think sometimes the Against the Grain, some of their beers are overhyped more than they probably should be.
Yeah.
So,
what did you think of the Hop Slam for this year's?
I thought it was good. Like I said, it was very good. Like I said, 4 to 5 is usually a very good score for me. That would kind of put it, if somebody's looking at a grade score, kind of the A-, B+. It's not anything that is kind of like I look forward to each year. It was kind of like, oh, it's on tap. Let me just check it out and see what it tastes like this year.
Well, I think the thing you run into too as time passes, those yearly beers become your local or even ones that are distributed are coming out with better stuff. So you just don't have to look forward to that once a year type thing. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that they come out more, then you do have more frequencies, and they don't have that R around them where you can only get them that one time a year type thing. It takes the hype off them a little bit. But I know people were building toward it, and there were a couple people that said that, they like it. For them, they feel it's worth it. And that's good. I mean, it's all about what you like. It's about your palate like. So it was just, for me, I just thought it was overhyped a little bit.
Well, I have a friend that he seeks out for it every year. He buys like a case or 2 cases of it if he's allowed to every single time. Hop Slam.
Right. Which one did you like better, this one or this one? We're talking the platform we just got.
We're drinking Wicked Weed barrel aged French toast.
Screw you guys. No,
Imperial stout brewed with cinnamon, vanilla, and maple syrup. It comes in at 11.4.
Which one did you like better? That one is the platform.
Honestly, I like the emo better.
The platform? Me too, by far.
I like the platform better.
Yeah, platform was way better.
No, not to say this one's not that's good. That's good, but I
wouldn't drink this one again.
It's got more body to it than the platform. Platform was thinner, though. I would have liked it to have been, but
yeah,
I think the platform beer melded and worked better than this one.
This tastes straight up like bourbon to me.
But the French toast this was really good too.
So with the French toast, are you getting like a syrup type feel with it? Is it
I don't really. Not really tasting much of the cinnamon. Getting more of the vanilla and maple in it more. And then, like she said,
bourbon.
Getting more of the bourbon flavor, too. And this is a year old. I mean, this is was bottled 1/10/18.
Yeah.
So I've had it.
You know what you got to get, Shannon, is some of that decadent double toasted marshmallow.
Well, she just watched, what was it? Jessica and
Brad
and Jessica's review on the decadent. What was it? Which one
I can't remember. I watched like 3 of them.
Yeah. But it was one of their beers too. But I've had a few of theirs. I had the marshmallow one. Yeah.
He really wants me to like the stouts. I can tell.
No, I don't.
Like.
I just like him. I'm just happy that you like craft beer now in general. don't care.
Which is so sweet because wouldn't most men be like, "This is mine. You do your thing."
I think a lot of guys will like if they're women like craft beer that are into craft beer. I think
she's
it's
always
fun if
like,
they're both into it.
like I always like to go to breweries, and she likes to go, but she would just kind of drink if they served macros. She'd have that or wine or a mixed drink or something.
Yeah, I don't mind. I never mind going.
So she always liked to go, but I'm always like, here. I just always wanted her to get more into it. So now that she's getting into it a little bit, I'm like, could be a bad thing. I don't know. We might go broke and have to sell our house, but
yeah.
But now I can go and we can have, we can get several different flights and just kind of
that was fun.
share
We went
flights
to
or whatever.
Donham Day and got a flight. I like that.
Taste different ones. And
what was that one we went to in Indianapolis where they had the board games and we ate like the little appetizer and we got a flight?
Yeah, that was oh shit.
That was a cool little place.
That was meadery. They do meads.
Oh yeah, it was meadery.
God.
Is it an autumnal mead?
Was it New Day?
Yeah, New Day. Yeah, New Day. New Day.
What'd you say?
You guys just missed that. It is an autumnal mead.
What's that?
An autumnal mead.
You never saw the Bud Light commercial?
No,
I guess I haven't.
We
You never seen the Bud Light
DVR
commercial? You never saw with the king or whatever, the dilly dilly stuff?
Oh yeah.
And the guy asked for the mead when he was trying to buy Bud Light for everybody.
Oh,
you guys.
I do remember that one now.
You guys are just drunk right now.
No, I do remember that one. Now that you said that.
No, I'm not drunk yet, but I'm waiting for it to hit me any second. I
All right,
really am.
let me go back to the comments here. 23KC says he feels the pain worse than any of us. His ex-coach went to Louisville. Yeah, that's true. He did go to Louisville.
They're having a great year.
Yeah. 21090 exactly. Rod Hop Slam is overpriced. It's good, but there are a ton of double IPAs that are better now, to which I definitely agree. It was one of the first doubles that came out, and back in the day, was the beer to get, but not anymore. And I wonder if some people kind of get it stuck in their mind because they were used to getting Hop Slam all the time. There's kind of maybe there's an emotional type tie to it, or some of these other beers that you kind of say things that kind of pass on, but some people just remember it for a certain period of time, and they're kind of maybe attached to it. So, and he says overhyped and overpriced. 4 to 5 is a good rating. And Brewed Hop Slam, which is actually Bell's Brewery, he said, but the price makes it a 3.75. So 21090 is deducted a little bit because of the price tag, like Todd said as well. A little overpriced for what you actually get there, which I can definitely see that. Bourbon County Stout and variance is what we seek out, 21097. But even to me, I don't know, I feel like some of the Bourbon County is even a little bit overhyped as well. And we were talking earlier before you got here. I don't know if you saw or not, but their head brewer is actually leaving there now. So it'll be interesting how they go forward, how the beers still hold up and how everything is all done. Probably chances are it'll be somebody from that team that takes over, but it'll still be interesting. And then Elbow said thanks. He told him bells and he would actually look for it. So, there's different beers out there. Beer's going to carry their hypeness with them, so to speak, as we know in the craft brewery. I mean, people still go crazy over Pliny, which I've never had Pliny, so I can't really talk about it because we don't really get here. I haven't been able to connect to anybody that might be able to get it. Actually, I take that back. There is a person in the beer coalition that can get it if I want it, but is it still the same compared to some of the stuff out there? I don't know.
It's good. I had it years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago. So I would like to try it again just to see.
Yeah,
I would like to try it again.
And let's see. Third thing from the big boards. Non-alcoholic beers. Big comeback. We're seeing a lot of the non-alcoholic beers now starting to emerge, especially from craft breweries. So that's kind of interesting how they can actually play out there. I actually see a possibility where they can really do well. For one, if you're a designated driver, you kind of want to have that flavor, but you can't really drink the alcohol. Maybe you're going to lunch and you're getting a beer because you're working. You don't want iced tea or Coke. You might get one of those. I'm kind of looking to see what they actually do with some of these. What are your guys' thoughts about them?
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a place for everything. You know, if you're out, you have a beer, maybe mix it in. You know, after you have a couple, probably you're not going to notice it anyway. If the taste doesn't drop off as much, you can kind of mix it in and mellow you out for the rest of, where you're not just going to go overboard or whatnot. So I could see that. I mean, I could see a place for it, or just maybe a big craft beer drinker that went too far and now he's having to step away and just but to kind of get to that feeling of drinking a craft beer, I guess maybe.
That's a gateway for an alcoholic.
Well, I mean, it is. I'm talking about an alcoholic coming out of an alcoholic.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like giving a.
Well, it could be.
No, I don't think it's. If it doesn't have alcohol, it's not a beer. Why bother?
Well, I mean, it can still be a beer. If it goes through the process, it just doesn't have the alcohol. I mean,
yeah.
Well, it kind of fall in the category that the article I posted to the Beer Coalition today for Lagunitas coming out with the hop water or whatever that they serve to their employees. It's actually with hops, just water, and they actually tint the water to make it look like beer. So it kind of gives you the flavor of beer, but it's
Have
not.
either one of you all ever drinking a non-alcoholic beer?
Years ago, I have. That was like O'Doul's or something, like years ago.
Why did you drink it?
Just to see what it tastes like.
Why did you drink it?
Pretty much the same.
Right. And then did you ever have another one after that?
But see, here's the thing, Shannon. You're talking about like a macro non-alcoholic versus the craft breweries that are going to be making them now to give more of a flavor to them.
The only place I see that a non-alcoholic beer is good for is if you're pregnant. And that's the only time I ever had one was when I was pregnant.
Yeah. But what if you were a designated driver?
Then I'd have a Coke or something.
But you don't like the taste of beer as much. Like, some people like taste of beer. Like, I like taste of beer. But if I can't drink a full beer, I can actually drink one of those and I could enjoy it. Or, like I said, for me, like I mentioned, like if I was at lunch, there's times I go to lunch and I get like a hamburger, I would like a beer to go with it. Yeah. But I can't because I go back to work, but I would have that instead of a Coke because I don't usually drink Cokes and stuff when I go to lunch.
Do you think that they could make the money that they needed to off of it, though?
Yeah, I think you got some of the people that would do it. Like a lot of these people that are more, I would say, like more trying to get more fitness oriented or working out and doing stuff that are kind of like more calorie conscious. Yeah. Some of those people may try because you're going to have lower calories without the alcohol in it. And they might just want the taste of it. I mean,
as I say, it could make you feel like you're drinking a beer, but you're not,
Yeah.
For calorie purposes or whatever. Maybe it's a late game, you gotta get up early and you don't want to drink too much, but whatever the case may be. It
definitely has its options. I'm not saying we'll go out and buy a case of the stuff. I'm just saying, I mean, there's times where I can see it fitting in. It'll be interesting to see how much the market absorbs it, though, because that's what's going to matter. How many people out there are willing to buy that product? Because that'll dictate.
Depends on the price point.
I mean, I never thought they'd bring Zima back, but hey, they brought it back. So who am I to know the palate of the people sometimes,
Right.
Like, they brought Zima back. I'm like, why?
I'm convinced that Jolly Rancher bought Zima and just brought it back out.
Yes, that's the only reason. Yes.
You know what?
Jolly Rancher Zima, you got it.
If you got to carry a pocket of Jolly Ranchers to enjoy a Zima, then you shouldn't be drinking the damn Zima. Hey, you want a Zima? No, man, I'm out of Jolly Ranchers right now. I can't mess with it.
I'll have a non-alcoholic beer instead.
Yeah.
Catch me up. I go to CVS tomorrow. Then I'll knock some Zima back with you.
Yeah.
Can you still get it? I know they brought it back for a little bit, but is it still out there?
I think it's gone again. At least I don't see it displayed anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually.
I mean, that's close to bringing back clear Pepsi. That's not something.
Actually, clear Pepsi probably gets the edge. Maybe slightly. Yeah. I'm not sure though.
Wow.
Well, you got to realize, I remember like in the 2000s when I was like going to business school. One of the things talked about was like the worst business decision ever made was Coke doing New Coke. They lost tons of money on that. And you got to realize New Coke was worse than clear Pepsi. I mean, if you're that guy that came with new Coke, you got to think. I did not think we were
I don't even remember what it tasted like.
New Coke.
Because they had Coca-Cola Classic and then Coke, right?
Coca-Cola Classic, and then they went with new Coke. They tried to bring out new Coke, and they went back to bringing out Classic, and then they now they got all the other ones out there, Coke Zero and all that. But yeah, it was like, which I can't go back because I don't have one, but I'm kind of curious, is Coke Zero possibly somewhere like a all formula, maybe a mix between the Coke debacle they had and like Diet Coke or something? They had a baby and they came out with Coke Zero.
It's a possibility.
New Coke got with Diet, and here's Coke Zero.
I have a friend. She will not drink anything but Coke Zero. She won't do Diet Coke. She likes the regular Coke, but she doesn't want all the calories, so she does Coke Zero. She won't drink Diet Coke.
See, I don't like Diet Coke when I drink it, but I'll drink Coke Zero before that. I'll drink Coke Zero before regular Coke.
Really?
Yeah. And I can't stand like Diet Pepsi or anything. So
yeah.
I'm like that person in a restaurant, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have Coke. We have Pepsi." Nah. Bring me ice water.
Yeah.
Water. What do you got on tap?
Yeah, most people are like, okay. I'm like, no, not me. No, I don't want to.
Yeah, there's definitely. I'll usually just be like, all right, I'll take a Pepsi. Even if I don't want it, I just don't. I don't know.
Should you do sometime is be in that restaurant and they bring it and they're like, no, we only have Pepsi. Get your shit, we're going.
Yeah.
Don't serve Coke.
Kids, come on, we're going down the street.
freak the waitress or waiter out with that one. Shit, we're out of here.
Yeah.
What kind of restaurant doesn't serve Coke now?
Yeah, in the place.
How's Pepsi still even? When I was growing up, though, I think maybe we did Pepsi. I don't know what kind of household I grew up in, but we did Pepsi and we did Miracle Whip instead of Coke and mayonnaise.
Oh, I did Miracle Whip over mayonnaise any day of the week.
Really?
Still now, though? Do you still?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My aunts and everything, they do Miracle Whip, but no, I'm mayonnaise. I'll take Miracle Whip if that's all I have. But
mayonnaise is like kind of bland. Miracle Whip's got a little bit of a zing to it.
Got a little twang.
Yeah,
got a little twang to it.
You put Hellman's next to Miracle Whip, and it's like, come
on.
Oh
no, Hellman's is the best.
No, see, no.
we can't be friends anymore.
Now, I mean, if I have it, I don't have Miracle Whip, I'll eat it. But I'm just saying, if I got a choice between the two, Miracle Whip, hands down.
I grew up on Miracle Whip. You saw me Miracle Whip. Yeah.
Well, then how the hell did we turn to mayonnaise?
You turned me on to mayonnaise.
But I grew up with Miracle Whip. I thought you turned me on to mayonnaise.
No, I was Miracle Whip too.
Maybe I just thought you liked mayonnaise.
Yeah. See, now we're both. They screwed us both.
Well, have you guys ever done the sandwich spread? There's a new one out there. Well, I guess I say new, but over the last few years, you have your mayonnaise, you have your Miracle Whip, but they also have sandwich spread.
No, I've never even heard of it.
Sometimes it looks like maybe a Thousand Island has like relish and stuff in it or whatever, but you can use that for your sandwiches too. You never seen that out there, really? They got them all sitting together in this same aisle: mayonnaise, Miracle Whip, sandwich spread.
Nah, I should go straight to the Hellman's every time.
Yep. Nope. Mayonnaise right there. That's what
there ain't no looking. There's just blinders on.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to get. Just grab it and go.
So is it kind of like the Big Mac sauce?
Kind of like something like that. So, yeah. They have some different flavors for them. But, yeah, it's kind of like something like that.
We could maybe try that. He makes I
do like the sriracha.
Yeah, he'll make his own sriracha mayonnaise when we have burgers or fries. That's pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Todd's like a chef. Him and Kylie, my daughter, both of them are. I have it made.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Yeah, I actually usually cook here too, and actually made beer chili for dinner tonight. So.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah. If you've ever seen that video, Shannon, I got a beer chili video on the channel too.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if that was the same one you did the video
on. You did a video on how to make beer chili?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
And all kinds of stuff.
Ooh, yum. That sounds good.
Everything but the kitchen sink, it seemed.
It's the best kind.
Yeah, it was solid. It's pretty good. So
it'll be even better tomorrow.
Yeah, it will be. I'm not going outside if it's cold anyway. So.
Yeah, but chili's always better the next day for whatever reason.
Oh yeah. See, I grew up with chili like that, like chunky with the beans and the meat and all that kind of stuff. And it's like here, like you go to like Skyline or Gold Stars, it's whole chili sauce. Like I had to take the meaty chili and put that on the hot dog. I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so do you make chili with noodles or macaroni or not at all?
Noodles? What do you mean noodles, son? You put no noodles in no chili?
You don't put spaghetti.
Well, like spaghetti or
Nah,
elbow macaroni.
you're saying like make pasta and just put like spaghetti, the chili on top of it?
No, like you make a pot of chili, but you add the noodles to it.
Not a whole bunch, just a few.
Oh, no.
So that must be like an Indiana thing, because everybody like in southern Indiana does that. But
does anybody? I don't know. I've never seen that before.
You've never seen noodles and spaghetti or in chili?
Here they make chili. They make the spaghetti separate, and they put chili on top of it, like you get a Skyline or something like that. But I've never seen.
No. This is like
chili.
No, this is like you make your pot of chili, and then you add.
Just a little bit.
You boil your macaroni or your spaghetti, whatever you want to do, and then you add it to the chili itself, and then you just dip it in the bowl.
Macaroni, that's not a thing. That's his thing. It's spaghetti noodles is what you put in chili.
Oh, he's not putting the elbow macaroni in?
He puts elbow. I'm like, that's chili mac. That's chili.
That's because it doesn't fall off your spoon.
That is chili mac. I'll give you that.
That's chili mac.
Shut up, Rod.
No, but I've never put like noodles or pasta or anything in it. It's interesting.
That's like an area thing.
Really?
I don't know if
everybody did that.
No, because like the company that I work for, their owners are from like northern Indiana, Michigan, Ohio area, kind of in that kind of tri-state area, and they don't put noodles or anything in their. That's what they said. They said, nah, that's chili mac if you do that. I'm like,
if you put macaroni in it, it's chili mac.
No, they were talking about anything like noodles or anything. Any kind of pasta was like chili mac.
It's got to be elbow macaroni. It's got to be elbow macaroni for chili mac.
Yeah.
Not to what they were saying. But anyway.
This is like the time I found out about fried bologna. I never heard about like.
Oh my God, fried bologna!
I never knew it. They say, "Oh, it tastes like
spam." You got to fry some spam.
No, spam is disgusting. Or as I grew up, my mom would buy treat. There's treat and spam. I'm like,
as if you needed a cheap version of spam.
I know. God, it's disgusting.
Let me check.
But I'll go with some fried bologna. Every once in a while.
Let's see here. 21090 says just loves BCBS. Yes, it is too expensive. 210 says Pliny is amazing. I'm sure I'll have Pliny at some point. I just haven't done it yet. And Cody says I used to never have Pliny Elder either. And from Pliny, I've actually heard that Pliny the Younger is actually better than Pliny the Elder. So let's see here. Oh, 210 said, okay, guys, have to hit the hey. Great stream, guys, and email us about doing the beer trade. Definitely. So we'll get that over 21090. If I missed you, sorry about that, but have a great night, my friend. Whiskey Quest in the house. Hello, everyone. And so the 21090, how's it going? And Drunken One said goodbye to 210. And the Whiskey's asking how Drunken One's doing. Let me see here. Lost my spot.
I'll try the oatmeal stout.
Not having Joe here doing comments is a tricky thing.
Where has Joe's been MIA for like, I think he's just trying to weasel out of us. Hanging out. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Are you there?
Camera down.
Man down.
I hit my cord.
God, Todd must be drunk because he's.
No, I'm not drunk. The cord's been hanging off the table.
Todd's Mr. Dexterity and everything.
I didn't see it.
He does something like that, and then something's wrong.
There we go.
I don't know.
Malfunction.
You guys hitting the big ABVs beers there.
Nah, I'm good. I just didn't pay attention.
I'm not. I'd probably be drunker if I was drinking Bud Light. Because I drink faster when I drink those.
Well, you drink, yeah, I guess. Whiskey Quest, I say clear Pepsi was great. He said, at least it felt cool. Alan's Beer, Sports, and more. Cheers. Thanks for joining. Let me see. I'm trying to get through all the comments here. Whiskey Quest said, drink the real stuff, just like beers. If it's light beer, might as well give me water instead. So that's when we were talking about the non-alcoholic beers. And Allen's Beers, Sports, and More says light beer may as well be flavored water. And Whiskey Quest like that. So,
popping open one of your faves, Rod.
What's the alcohol on this?
what are you opening?
From Shorts.
Oh.
Have you seen this one? Uber Goober.
I love it.
No, I haven't seen that one. Cody probably has it. Cody's up there in Michigan.
It's
Such good stuff. Let me guess. No ABV on the bottle, right?
No.
No, they don't put it on there. Imperial Oatmeal Stout brewed with peanuts.
How do you spell Uber?
Oh, I'm glad you enunciated correctly. I was worried for a second.
Do what?
I'm glad you enunciated correctly. I was worried there for a second.
Uber Goober what? Uber Goober.
House? What do you mean?
You said peanuts.
Oh. Well, how else did you say?
You guys are drunk. I was making, never mind. Just let it go. My joke is ruined now.
Yeah.
Uber Goober. Is this it?
Let me see here.
6.3. This one's lame.
Litter tastes better. Talking about the light beer. Alan's Beer Sports and More says, completely agree. I think if someone drinks an ultra light Michelob, they would do just as good drinking water. And then Whiskey Quest says, I always get these weird tequila or vodka flavored towards the end of a light beer. I have not heard that before.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Drunken One says goulash. I haven't had goulash in years.
Oh, we have that where I work at.
People say that too if you put
Goulash is good.
Well, no, people think that's goulash if you put noodles in your
goulash.
No,
is
you gotta
what the
put
noodles are.
corn and onions and all kinds of stuff for it to be
No.
goulash.
Drunken One's right. Goulash does have noodles like in a chili type base.
Yeah, but it's got other stuff in it too.
I don't know. I remember like a chili type base. My mom used to make that, but I'm like, I don't remember anything besides it. Did have like a chili, I don't know, tomato sauce type base with it. Maybe there's different versions of it. I don't know.
Here could be. Well, obviously there's different versions of chili, so
yeah.
y'all are missing out though. You do need to put some. Try it. Just try some spaghetti noodles in your chili. It's good.
Whiskey says lots of LOL noodles and Cheetos in a Cheeto bag. Alan responded, noodles and Cheetos is prison food.
Goes great with some hooch.
Yeah. Alan says he gets a sour wheat type or yeast type flavor. I think talking about the light beers. Noodles with some cheesy ass Cheetos or the cheesy dust with it. Yeah, sticking their ribs if they didn't like dinner. Lots left. Guess
was it two different people? Was it two different people that said Cheetos and noodles?
Yeah, that was actually Alan and going back and forth with.
Okay, because I was like, is that a thing?
Whiskey says, "LOL. I guess if I ever go to prison, I won't starve to death. You know, basically going to the Cheetos." and the drunken ones. I thought I fell out of the chair again.
Rod, do you like Cheetos?
Not really. I don't usually eat Cheetos.
They have Chipotle Ranch. No, maybe this Chipotle Ranch Cheetos. Those are good.
No, I've had Chipotle Doritos. I like those. Like type Doritos. Alan says jailhouse folks are ingenious with their meal supplements. Drunken One says like jailhouse hooch. Whiskey says they are indeed. Exactly. Toilets are great for the other things. LOL. Cody says having fun with you guys streaming. I appreciate the streams. Well, thank you, Cody. We appreciate having you here, brother. Alan said never had jailhouse hooch though, with just having white bread or cornbread and tea or whatever to use with the washed out milk jug or regular cup. I'm sure that food's pungent. Can't talk for a second there. And Eric's a bunch of hammerheads. So
what does that smell? It does not smell like
So how do you guys like that one?
It's different.
I haven't tasted it yet, but it don't smell like peanuts.
What's it smell like? Give us an aroma.
It smells like dirty socks.
I've heard that's been used kind of like before in craft beer.
Yeah, that doesn't smell very good. I don't know if I even want to taste it.
It is kind of a weird smell to it. I don't know if it's like the oatmeal-ish type stout with peanuts.
Vinegar. It kind of smells like vinegar.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Kind of has a peanut flavor to it. I don't know. It's kind of odd. I'm not sure.
Or like dill pickles or something.
I'm not sure yet. Yeah, kind of has a.
Smells like dill pickles.
There's no date on it, is there?
Yeah, I don't have any desire to even taste it, but I will.
Let's see. 12/13
of 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
tastes like straight up peanuts.
It does taste like peanuts.
Straight up like peanuts.
Like peanut oil-ish, kind of like the.
No, it tastes like if you were at a bar and you took a bunch of peanuts and shoved them in your mouth and ate them. It tastes like that.
Kind of reminds me of like a boiled peanut. Have you ever had a boiled peanut?
That's another thing I learned when I moved to Kentucky was boiled peanuts. I did not.
I've never had a boiled peanut.
They're terrible.
They look terrible. Why would you boil?
Are they really?
Huh?
See, one of our gas stations here, people come in, they buy them like crazy. They love boiled peanuts. Right?
They used to sell them at a gas station down the street here. I don't know if they still do or not, but right off the house, right off the exit. So to the right.
Oh, they're selling that. It's for sale. Yeah. We should buy it and open up a brewery. Oh. We'll have to move into the brewery, but.
I'll say I love it, but I don't say I hate it.
It tastes like peanuts. It doesn't even taste like a beer to me. Okay. It just tastes like peanut juice.
It's different.
Oh, see you, Beerman. Beerman, have a great night. Also, show. Take care. Thank you, and make sure you guys check out Beerman as well. Appreciate you coming out tonight, brother. It says whiskey says Rod seems to be drinking something fishy. So, but no, according to Shannon, it's a sloth. But no, it's
it looks like a sloth. Look at its little face. Doesn't that look like a face?
It's the G13 IPA from Sweetwater. So,
how many of those have you had?
What's the old?
Just a couple right now.
Shit. Well, there's two of us here, but we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You had that one there, so.
Oh yeah, I did. So I've had. Well, yeah, we've been splitting. We've been splitting, yeah.
But you're
I'm nowhere near being buzzed yet, Rod. So don't.
I'm buzzed.
You are?
Yeah, I'm buzzed.
Well, it's a good thing you're off tomorrow.
Yeah, I would not be sitting here if I was not. I'd already be I'd be getting ready to go to bed.
Oh, you would learn how to do it. I mean, we do it every Thursday.
Yeah, no. But you know what? I have to be at work at 6:30. Todd doesn't have to be at work until what, 8?
7. Well, I'm going at 7.
Oh, okay. But he gets up before me.
Yeah.
He gets up before me, and I'm like, why do you get up so early? Like, he gets up at 5:30. I get up like at 6:15.
But you got to be at work at 6:30.
Yeah. Well, she's like a mile away, though.
Yeah, I work.
Well, yeah. So it takes literally like 2 seconds to get to work.
And I work with, I take care of dementia patients. They don't give a shit what I look like.
Yeah. They don't even know if you're there.
Yeah.
True.
Well, they know I'm there in one moment, but then tomorrow they won't remember what I look like.
Who are you?
Yeah.
What's your name?
I love old people.
Oh, man.
This is straight up like drinking peanut juice.
Yeah, thanks.
It's kind of grown on me a little bit. I get a little bit of the oatmeal-ish type flavor to it, though.
Peanut oatmeal. Peanut flavored oatmeal. Sounds delicious, doesn't it?
Although I gotta say, the aroma is not very.
No, it smells like dill pickles.
Yeah, the aroma's not very nice, very good on it.
Well, you get some of the peanut oatmeal and you got dill pickles thrown in. That does not sound good or appealing.
No.
Sounds like every woman's pregnancy dream right there.
What do you rate that beer?
2.75.
2.75. Okay.
I'd probably give it about a 3.5.
Really?
Yeah. That's not. I mean, it's as it's warmed up, it's getting a little bit better, but it's not what I hoped it was going to be.
So you rate something that it's getting better, but not what I hoped it would be. You give it a 3.
3.5.
3.5. Jesus Christ.
You know what you guys are doing right now, right? You guys are basically the new Brad and Jessica. It does the same thing to Brad.
Jesus.
Which I see where you're going with this, Shan. Like, if you don't think it's, I mean, how do you give it that high? I see what you're
Right,
saying.
that's high.
No, I said it was growing on me as I'm drinking.
A 3.5. A 3.5 is a damn good beer to me.
Not really out of 5.
Yeah, it is.
It's like 70%.
A
I'll give it
3.5 to a 3.5 to me would be like a B.
Right, yeah. Like
Yeah.
if I really, really like it, I will give it. I gave that Whittle Moon. I gave that a 4.5, and I loved it.
But like Todd,
I don't think I would ever give a beer a 5.
If you're going to if he's going aroma alone, I would give it probably like a 2. But the taste of it's a lot better than it smells, though. So I would say 3.5.
So if you hold your nose, you're good to go.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So let's give it a 3.5.
That's your rating, my rating. So what?
Shannon keeping it real.
Jeez.
Oh, let me see here. So, yeah, big thanks to Whiskey. Whiskey was reminded to hit that like button. Definitely appreciate that, of course. Let me see here. And then Alan said, "Oh, yeah, I think that's the Clearwater 420 strain. It is the Sweetwater 420 strain, but yeah, it is that for sure." And it's a beer that's growing on me really quickly. I do like it, and I was told by some other people they thought I would like it when I tried it. I'm glad I actually did pick it up and gave it a shot here. Drunken Wife at only 3 each. You good to go. Talking about the beers. Whiskey quotes Mike away. Wow, nice 30 miles for me. I have to keep dipping into my whiskey money for gas. LOL.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Pour the whiskey in your tank.
Don't do that.
Let me see here. Alan says so drinkable, but not great for one and above average, but beer advocate for the other. Whiskey, Drunken One whiskey quotes, so it's not so. I think he said it's not so. Alan says 3.5 out of 5 is above average. 4 is like a Westbrook OFYMD. So, yeah, so Alan will be kind of looking at it the same way. I think me and Shannon would be as well, kind of above average. Like for me, a 3 would be at that level. The way I kind of look at it, if you're doing like a 5, you're excellent, right? If you're doing a 4, you're very good.
Right.
If you're doing a 3, you're solid. If you're doing a 2, you're decent. Anything below that, like if you're doing a 1, you might as well pass on it type situation. Yeah.
2.5 is right in the middle. That would be totally average.
Yeah.
So if it's average, give it a 2.5.
But we're not going to chastise. We're not going to
chastise, Rod.
We're not going to rate shame Todd in any way.
This is going to be a whole new channel right here. I see it coming.
No rate shaming.
Rate shame.
Coming from somebody who's been drinking craft beer all like a month.
You wanted me here, and I'm here, so shut up.
Touche.
And then Alan said, E&J, worst hangovers ever. And then Whiskey said, all right, everyone, stay tipsy. I got to go. Cheers. Cheers, Whiskey. And thanks for swinging in, brother. Make sure you guys check out Whiskey as well. And then Alan said, cheers to Whiskey, too. So, again, I think I'm caught up, but I will be surprised at some point, I'm sure. All right. So we talked about alcoholic beers. We talked Bud Light. We talked Hop Slam. Mantry Brewing, which Todd is familiar with. They're going to a new label. I don't know if you saw they have a new label design coming out. Up here, some people are kind of upset because they like the old label. But I think it's a nice, crisp look to it on the new one. But the question being, how important is the label design for you to actually buy a beer? Does it really grab you? Is it something that's got a pop in your eye? Is that your first sensory experience, whether or not you're going to choose that beer or not?
It is me.
I think it kind of makes a difference. I don't
being a new. Well, even like when I always wanted to buy Todd something, I was always like, well, he's into craft beer. I'll go buy a beer. And so he's like, and I'd say something. I'm like, what kind of beers would you like? And he'd be like, well, just pick what you want. So I would go, and I would always the labels. That's what grabbed me. That's why I would buy whatever I'd buy for him. So yeah, I think that's what gets your attention at first if you know nothing about it. The beginning, at the very beginning, that's what grabs you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I bought one not long, well, probably 6 months ago. I can't remember what it was now. It was really good, but the can itself, the label was solid black.
I remember that one.
And I think it was called something blackout or something like that. And you had to hold it at a certain angle just to see the writing on the label.
Because the label was matte, and then the letters were black also, but they were shiny.
Yeah, but you couldn't see it just looking at it unless you held it like a certain way. So to me, that kind of grabbed my attention. I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna buy it just because I'm I'm intrigued now by it." But so yeah, I think it kind of does. So, but
there's so many though. You go and you don't know. There's so many. What else is going to grab your attention? If nobody's told you anything about any beers, and you go and there's 500 different beers there, how are you going to decide? That's what grabs your attention is the label at first.
So I could see people getting upset like Mad Tree going away. So what does their new design look like? I haven't seen.
Well, they still have the tree. But what ends up happening is it actually falls to the background. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up here. Give me a second.
I've seen breweries, they kind of go under different.
But do you know the best label
rebranding or whatever?
The best label that a beer could have is to put a dog on it.
Somebody knows.
A dog. Put a dog on their label. Everybody loves dogs.
Does somebody knows who that does the pearl necklace? I think is it somebody knows that does like a lot of dogs on their labels or whatever?
Are you talking about Thirsty Dog out of Ohio?
Yeah, Thirsty Dog. There you go, Thirsty Dog. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of the dog stuff on theirs. Oh, what the hell? Let me see here.
But see, I like the label on this. Like, it's kind of cheesy, and it looks like a teenager was like writing a comic book or something. But that would grab me more than this would.
Yeah.
Then it would this would grab me out of all these beers. This would grab. That's the one I would go to. It's the cheesiest. It's the one that looks like it needs the most attention. I'd go to that one.
But then you'd have been disappointed by it too, right? So there's beers that you buy off the label, you end up getting disappointed.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree. That's just what gets me there. I might not go back because of the label, but that's where I go to begin with.
So do the brewers know ahead of time that it's just a product, so we got to spice it up with a glamorous label that might draw attention to get people to buy it?
I think they probably do that with every beer they try. They want to.
Well, I'm sure they do. But I mean,
probably try to put the best label. But I don't know. Some of these labels are lame. Like, I mean, that's kind of catchy. The platform's kind of. This looks super generic.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. That was the North Coast Brewing.
Yeah,
that one's pretty plain Jane.
But this one looks very like streamlined. Is that what the word I'm looking for? Like this looks like a mass-produced label. This doesn't look like anything special. This one,
the Wicked Weed.
It's Wicked Weed, but it looks very like every other beer could probably have that label. This looks special though. This looks kind of like something new and, something that's not everybody has. Like this looks like something everybody could get.
Yeah.
This looks like something new that maybe just came out and you want to try.
Yeah, but like Shannon, she's wearing the Fall City T-shirt, and I'm going to use it
out for me.
That's all right. No, it's good. It's good. No, I'm saying they're a classic label design on their can, right? So when I was down there and I picked out some beers when I was over in Lexington at the hotel when I went down there last summer, Fall City stood out to me because they had the old classic look to it.
Yeah.
Well, even them, they've kind of rebranded their labels a little bit in the last couple of years from when they first come out.
But they earned that recognition that they got from you. They've been around for years and years. So, that's like I loved this beer, and I may not have picked it out, but I'll remember the label now, and I'll go back and get it again if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Alan.
It's what grabs you. It's what grabs you in the beginning, but it's not what brings you back.
Yeah, and that could be bad as well. But
Yeah.
Alan has said if the ingredient sounds good, I'll drink it, but eye-catching labels really, really help sometime.
Mm-hmm.
He says that's smart marketing. And so, yeah, it does begin with the label vision. Even when you're pouring the beer, your taste actually begins from the way it looks in its appearance when you're pouring that beer. That's going to drive your other receptors to turn into how you're going to perceive it once you smell it and then once you drink it. So you really do start with the appearance of it. Drunken One says, the label catches your eye. Alan says, only problem is some of those eye-catching beers is that's all they have going for them.
Yeah.
Some like Moody Tongue are simple, but really good. Yeah, Moody Tongue makes great beers. They don't go all crazy on the label. They can easily be missed if you're looking at beers because they don't really stand out, but the beer inside of it is such good quality. The beer guys talked about Lagunitas and their beers, and Lagunitas kind of has a bold print on their beers, so to speak. They kind of stand on the label. But it's kind of like with Lagunitas, not as much Lagunitas, but like you take something like a Rogue that puts all this writing on their label. Like I don't know any one person that reads the writing on the Rogue label. And it's like, but people will get it because I guess that Rogue, the branding stands out a little bit on their label. And then, yeah, Lagunitas has some good beer. Drunken said, I'm here, but I won't be in the chat. And he has like the face. So I don't know what Drunken was doing right there.
Drunken One.
Now, Alan said Wicked Weed out of North Carolina. So, like earlier, when Wicked Weed there, they have a fun label on their stuff. I think in Decadent Ales, they have a fun label on their things. But look at, we get the stuff from Other Half. Other Half doesn't, it's got a little bit of a design, but not much of a design. But we all know how good Other Half beers are, too, from drinking their stuff. I think
So what about that label?
The hippopotamus, it's a nice graphic on it. I don't know if it would stop me if I was looking at the beers. I might pick it up to see what it is, though.
So this one has like a rating for bitterness, malt, and color. I don't know if you can see like the little graphic there.
Oh, yeah. So it's got a high bitter, so it's probably like around 80.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. It's 7% ABV.
Yeah, it's probably got a nice golden amber color to it.
Actually, I've never seen them. Never actually seen these in a can before. That's the only reason why I picked it up. I've actually been to the brewery, but I've never seen them distribute anything.
Where's that brewery?
In Annapolis.
Have I been there? Or did you go with my brother and them?
Yeah, when Donnie and Eric and
Alan said that Rogue kombucha tastes like fermented cheese and toe jam.
Oh, God.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Hello, Bottom Dollar Outdoors. Welcome. Says hello, everyone. Yeah. That's pretty funny. But yeah, when you're looking at that stuff, it's kind of interesting on some of the labels. And I will say the one thing that Mad Tree did, which was smart, of course, they did test marketing. They had marketing groups they work with to see how the appearance was accepted, what things they need to do, and blah, blah, blah. I think it's more of the local people that were kind of the traditionalists, how it had been with Mad Tree, that felt that way about the label change. But other people that weren't maybe as familiar thought it was a good look for the beer. So I kind of like the new label. So you'll see it here shortly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. You like the new one better than the old one?
I actually think it's more clear and concise on it myself. But, I think from an eye standpoint, I think it still pops with the look of it and everything.
It's change. People don't like change. So
yeah, exactly.
It'll take them a little while to get used to it.
And then let me see here. And the only other thing I had on my board was a kind of a fun type question, I guess, was beer item collections. Do you have any? Do you have it? What do you collect from the beer world? Do you collect like what Shannon?
He collects 5 million beer koozies and 5 million beer coasters and 5 million beer stickers, and they're all in a bag downstairs.
No, they're not. Not all of them. I got some of them on the wall.
It's a hoarder.
In a frame.
He's a hoarder.
Listen to like Brian's cleaning out his cats.
Oh, yeah, and he's got beer caps, too. Yeah. I bought him a picture frame. You can buy these picture frames that says beer on it. It's got like a little slot, and you put all your beer caps in it.
Right.
But you're going to get on me for saving them.
No, I got that because you were saving them, and that was someplace to put them.
You're an enabler. That's what you are.
God.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of interesting on what you do with it, because I was like here, and it was like, I've got like a tin of all like beer caps and stuff, because I can't figure out what I'm going to do with them all yet.
Well, I'm going to send you a picture frame. I'm going to get that picture frame I got caught, and I'm going to send it to you.
And I've got like behind me the beer glass collection, which I keep in the bookcase.
Oh yeah, we got 5 million beer glasses too.
But it's just interesting to see what people collect for different stuff. I got the koozies, I've got stickers, all that kind of stuff. So
I'm not abnormal.
I never said you were abnormal. I just think it's ridiculous. You can only drink from one glass at a time. You can only what beer caps. That's like me saving foundation tops. How would you feel if I had 5 million tops for my foundations?
Doesn't hurt my everyday life. So what difference does it make? As long as I ain't stepping on them or anything.
God.
Well, what about you guys in the comments? Any collections you guys do on beer stuff too? Because apparently Shannon's like the beer caps. Yeah, let me see here. Bottom Dollar asks, how is the 420 strain? I see it in a lot of stores. Haven't been brave to try it. I actually like it. I spoke about it a little bit earlier, Bottom Dollar, and make sure you check out Bottom Dollar's channel as well.
That one's kind of cool.
It's got a nice little feel to it. It's kind of not as overly hemp as some of the hemp beers. If you ever had the Emperor from New Belgium, this one isn't as much of a hemp feel to it. So you're not like burping the next day hemp, but it's got a nice little quality to it. It's got a nice little balance. You really get a good amount of flavor out of it. So I'll do a review on this at some point as well, because I got a 6-pack of these, but need to pick up something for the show tonight, and that's what I went with. And then let me see here. Cody says, picketh up the cuppeth, my cousin says, LML. Cody's cousin is probably half or two. I don't even know where right now. Alan said, if Westbrook were to change their labels, there'd be a bunch of folks in the Charleston area, myself included, that would be unhappy. Yeah, so you get tied to it after a certain point of how they had kind of built up their image and stuff like that. But, you know, one of the things is that some companies will have to reinvent themselves at some point sometimes. So we've seen it not just, you know, in the beer world, you've seen all other kind of stuff too. As we talked about the Coke thing in the past, you know, different people will try different things. So only time will definitely tell. It's the same with some of the other local breweries because they are recognizable. And Drunken One says, I want some beer stickers for my keg. So if I can actually pick up some this weekend, I'll try to get you some Drunken One of those as well. Caps and Bottom Dollar says caps, rare cans, etc. So Bottom Dollar probably has a bunch of collections going on.
I don't know what it is. I have to go follow it.
And Alan says got a resin quality that isn't overwhelming, which I agree. Yeah, it really does. And Bottom Dollar says good. I was worried it was like bong water. Some of the CBD oils taste like licking a well-used bowl.
We need to try some of that CBD oil.
Water.
Yeah, let's try some water.
Bottom Dollar. That's an unpleasant taste. Yeah, well, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be a well-used bowl. Yeah, no, it's actually very pleasurable. And like I said, this compared to the Emperor, definitely not as harsh as far as that. Which I like the Emperor beer, but this one is definitely more of a toned down type situation with that. So, but good job from Sweetwater here. What are you guys drinking now?
I'm still drinking the peanut juice.
I think that peanut juice. They kind of stopped you in your tracks, I believe.
I just popped open a IPA from Metazoa Brewing Company out of Indianapolis, the Hippopotamus.
Oh yeah, how is that
Out
one
of the-
since you opened that? You were asking me
Pretty
about that one.
good.
How is
I
it?
like it. Yeah, I like it. I've been to the brewery before. Actually, got a T-shirt from there when I went there. So they donate. I can't remember if it's like 5 or 10% of their proceeds to animal clinics, shelters, and like wildlife or whatever. So they definitely give back to some sort of an organization.
Yeah, that's always a good thing about a lot of the craft breweries and stuff. Which, speaking of which, it was really a nice job that Sierra Nevada did with their resilience, and they got all the brewers on board. They raised all that money for the California victims of the wildfires last year. They raised like a ton of money for that, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually when I went there. It was with my brother-in-law, her brother, and a couple of their cousins. We went up to Indianapolis for a trip for a weekend and just kind of went brewery tour, hopping whatever for a couple, 3 or 4 days, and that was one of the breweries we hit, and it had only been open for maybe a handful of months at the time. They were still like pouring some of the sidewalk and stuff, so it hadn't been very long. So it's kind of, I saw it yesterday when I was at the liquor store. I was kind of taken back because I didn't know they were actually canning anything at the moment. So it's the only reason why I really actually picked it up was because I remember going there and had some pretty good beers there, and so I was interested to see how this one was.
And you bought a T-shirt from there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good beer. I like it. It's
pretty hoppy though. Hence hippopotamus.
There you go. Yeah. It's all in that marketing, I tell you. But mark your calendars. Mark your calendars because March 25th, that's when spring starts for me. What could possibly happen on March 25th that I would consider to be spring, you may ask? It's the release of Oberon. Spring starts for me when Oberon comes out. So March 25th is the release date for Oberon, which Todd knows is probably my favorite kind of wheat ale out there. You never had Oberon from Bell's?
I've heard of it. Have you talked about that before?
Yeah, I buy it usually every year.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Now, that is one beer that I actually say I do pick up each year. Not that I go looking for it. I just, when it's there, it's like, to me, it's like that's just spring when Oberon comes out.
Isn't it now like a twice a year beer, though? It's not just once a year anymore, is it?
Yeah, it's just once a year still. Like
I thought they came out with it a little bit more often now.
Well, at least this year it doesn't come out to March. If they're bringing it out later on,
okay,
then that'll be different. But yeah,
and then Sun King, can you get that everywhere, or is that just an Indiana thing?
We get Sun King now, but they're regional still, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, Night Owl. Alan said he had to run as well. So, thanks for joining.
Probably my favorite beer before I tried all this other stuff. My favorite craft beer was Sun King Cream Ale. I love Sun King Cream Ale.
I'll have to check that one out.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Well, for a while, Sun King would team up with Rheingeist here. So that's how we were kind of introduced to them. But now we do get their distribution. And have to check that out. But Drunken One said he got a sixer of the New Belgium Liquid Paradise IPA, 7.8%, which I'd be interested what you think of that one, D1, because I've seen it. I haven't picked it up yet, but I have seen that here. Let me know what you think of that beer. And I still got to pick up the Voodoo Black they have here too. I haven't picked that one up either, the Black IPA. Did you guys end up getting that down there, Todd, yet?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday, but I didn't. I'm gonna have to get it though. I'm gonna try it. I want to try that one for sure.
So that should be a pretty interesting one. Bottom dollar.
Is that Sierra Nevada? Is that Sierra Nevada?
No, that's New Belgium does it.
Oh, New Belgium. Yeah. No, I was thinking of. Does Sierra Nevada have a black IPA?
No, not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen one from them.
Maybe it was that one then.
And then Bottom Dollar says they went to the Sierra Nevada Brewery in Nashville. They were raising tons of cash for that. Great job. Yeah, it was a great job. because here we went to Moorline Lager House. We went for like a Christmas Eve type dinner there, and they actually had the beer there because they were actually part of it as well, raising money for that. But they did a great job putting that all together. And then D1 says, "Buy it, Rod," talking about the Liquid Paradise. So D1 does like it. He likes it. Mikey likes it.
Mikey likes everything.
And then with Bell's, if you were wondering, because people have been wondering, they started advertising the two double-hearted ale, double two-hearted ale. That'll actually be coming out in July. So,
oh, is it July? I was wondering when that was going to come out.
Yeah. And then that Dragons we're talking about is the Dragon's Milk White, which comes out in February. So that's about to come out here.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a hazy gold version of its dark brown Dragon's Milk. So that'll be interesting. It says notes of vanilla, cocoa, coffee roast, and oak from the bourbon barrels. Drinkers can expect a smooth, velvety mouthfeel that complements the flavor profile. Yeah. If it's got New Holland and Dragon's Milk on it, I pretty much buy it. I just buy it. I mean,
do you think that beer alone keeps that brewery afloat? I mean, does anybody really drink anything outside of Dragon's Milk from New Holland?
Well, Dragon's Milk has got to be their most successful line of beers.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Like, do you think that's what?
But I've had their Cabin Fever, the brown ale, and that was good too.
Yeah, no, I think they make pretty good beer. I mean, in general. Yeah. I just wonder how much people are buying of their other stuff besides like Dragon Milk.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what they're getting in other areas as well, I guess, too.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But Dragon's Milk, they kind of get everywhere for the most part, I believe, that they can distribute.
Because to me, I mean, that's one of the better stout, barrel-aged type stouts out there.
Yeah. And then Sam Adams released a beer that some of you guys may have seen. Craft Beer Pours probably saw it up in his area. They have a honoring Tom Brady in the 29 Patriot season. I don't know if you saw the can for that, but it says too old, too slow, but still here.
And I bet that beer is terrible. Terrible.
But it was released before Super Bowl. So, and actually, Beer Guy had just said that with the New England Pale Ale, hazy light alternative to the NE IPA. Oh, no, that's a different one. I didn't see that New England Pale. I thought Beer Guy was commenting on the one I had. I just did a couple Sam Adams videos, though. And actually, I drank them a while ago, but I just uploaded them. The one for their pumpkin and their one for it was a coffee pale ale. I never like the coffee pale ale was okay. The pumpkin was not as great, but it's kind of like sometimes I feel like Sam Adams just kind of phones it in on some of their beers. I don't know what you guys think, but sometimes it just feels like they're not as strong as all the time they used to be. Maybe because they're doing so many different types of beers now, but I wonder, are they just phoning it in? Could they be doing better beers? I mean, if you're putting a beer that's not as great out there, why even make it, in my opinion?
You mean like Sam Adams in general?
On some of their stuff they put out, like in these packs, these fall packs and winter packs. And
I always kind of consider them. Now, we've talked about on the show before as kind of a gateway type craft beer to me. Like, they do good stuff, but I don't think it's anything that you just kind of like, I'm going to run out and grab, I have to go get it or whatever type mentality with them. Like, I think they're solid, but I don't know that they're like outstanding or great or anything. They're okay. For me.
But then it's like, if you're doing it just to do it, but you're not, I don't know. I guess you can't make every beer a winner, right? But at the same point, some of their beers, it's like, it's not really much with it compared to, Jim Cook, who pretty much was right up there as one of the forefathers of the craft beer movement, coming back. You feel like you would get better stuff out. But like them, and I would say Stone have gotten lazy at points, although Stone's trying to do more stuff now. It's kind of like, sometimes it's a little surprising they're not pushing it more on the envelope, I guess, so to speak.
Well, I think that's kind of the trap they fall into, because they are producing so much stuff that to me, it seems kind of hard to really push the envelope on things.
Yeah.
Like
Which
your
they make, like,
smaller, your smaller crafted, like, I mean, I know like Founders and Bells are fairly big, but they're not near the production of like a Stone or, Sam Adams or something like that, that mass
right.
produce, you can't go and just find like a variety pack of whatever at a Sam's Club or whatever of, like Bells or something.
Right.
And to me, I just think I think Stone tries to push an envelope, and I think they do a decent job. I haven't really seeked out and bought them much lately, but I don't know. Just seems to me that they're just so big, like they almost fall in a category of, are they micro? Are they macro? Are they really craft beer? You know what I'm saying? Like such a
Well, as
wide.
long as as long as the Brewers Association keeps moving the line, they're still crap.
Well, they keep moving the line for Sam Adams, I think.
Right.
Are you sure you're okay with this one? Or you want to save it? We don't have.
No, we can.
All right.
Shannon went downstairs and pulled this out the fridge.
I saw that she was on a roll, which, while you were talking, was one of the funniest things tonight is Shannon having to finish that beer and then chug water behind it to get the taste out of her mouth. That was pretty good.
Here, open it for me. Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to crack the double flapjack nuggets.
450 North.
Have you had this one yet, Rod? Did you drink it yet?
I haven't drank that one yet. No, I got all the ones out that had to drink fresh.
What is
I
lactose?
can upload.
So it's like
Lactose,
Yeah.
sugared like milk or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of just sweetens it up a little bit.
This is a pastry stout. It says pastry stout with maple syrup, vanilla, lactose, and cinnamon.
This is the second one. This is not even.
So when you smell it, you should get like a creamy
It
type
smells
feel.
straight up
with
like
milk.
maple syrup.
Yeah.
It's like
If you're doing a flapjack, you want maple syrup.
it's like drinking a pancake, basically.
It smells like pancake syrup. I think it was 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10%. Okay, I hope I'm not disappointed. Because I'm about to go stand in line for 2 hours.
Live review number 2 coming up.
Here we go, Shannon's second live review.
Oh, that's good. That's freaking good. Holy shit.
We have a winner. Oh, I guess so.
Oh,
All right, Shannon. So break it down. What are you tasting there?
tastes like pancake syrup. It tastes straight up like pancake syrup. It's super sweet,
Smells like.
but it's lighter than pancake syrup.
Smells like maple syrup.
How would
You can take some vanilla in there too.
How would you describe the texture? Is it creamy? Is it smooth? Velvety? It should be a little velvety and creamy from the
That's what I
lactose.
was going to say. It's velvety
Yeah.
because it's not very thick, but it's not real thin either.
Yeah.
It's smooth. Very
Slides down
smooth.
the throat rather easily.
Huh?
Slides down the throat rather easily.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. It's delicious.
Like it, huh?
Yeah, but I don't think I could drink too many because it's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like a dessert beer where you just got the sip on it. And...
That's good shit.
You heard it right there from Shannon. That is good shit.
It's good shit. How do you like it? It's good shit.
For you guys doing beer reviews, use that as a new descriptor right there.
4.75.
Yeah.
4.75.
On a scale of 1 to 5, it's good shit.
Well, that's when you know I really like something. I always
Right,
say,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
good
Yeah,
shit.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good
for you
shit.
guys watching, if you want Shannon to get her own channel as well, drop a wide comments.
Yeah.
She's pushing me to get one
Yeah,
hard,
I told
so it's
Todd.
probably coming soon.
Yeah, I told Todd, I said, you get yours and then I can just come and join you sometimes.
Cheers, Eric. He said, good night, everyone, taking a header. So I think Eric's okay. I'm worried about his cousin, but thanks for joining us, my friend. No, that was Cody. That was Cody that was with it. Cody's still here
Yeah, I
with
was
his cousin.
saying, yeah.
Eric's just taking a rest, yeah. Eric's got that whiskey going now.
I'm pretty sure Cody's cousin's probably passed out on the floor.
Cody's cousin's probably passed out, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Drunken Wife says lactose milk sugar.
What?
Which, yeah.
No,
He was just
breaking
saying
up there.
lactose, the milk sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Okay, I
lactose
like
gives
it.
it, yeah.
It's very sweet, very sweet. I don't really
Yeah.
taste much cinnamon. I taste the maple syrup and the vanilla, but I don't really taste the cinnamon.
Now, was that right from the fridge?
Yeah.
See, that's the reason. So as it warms up a little bit, you'll get more of the flavors coming out.
See, I won't like Todd had me do that earlier. Like if I'm drinking something, it has to be cold.
You had her do
Yeah.
that with the platform just to see if you get different. She's like, nah, I like it better cold.
Yeah.
I used to have to get Eric to do that. Eric would I'm like, Eric, do not drink that beer out of the fridge. And he made his videos like, I know you're gonna hate me, Rod. I gotta drink it now.
Yeah.
And then finally he stopped doing it. He's like, Rod, you're right. This is a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get
You
more
need
of the
to drink all that
flavors.
because I can't. It's so sweet. There's no way I could drink more of this. It's delicious, but it's super sweet.
No.
But they'll probably come out with another.
There is a Nuggets that came out.
Well, no, I know, but another stout nuggets type.
Oh, this is a funny one, and Drunken one will like this story. So down in Austin, Texas, Plus Pine House Pizza's Round Rock Brewery has made a beer called No Scooters Double IPA with the guy on a scooter with the circle with the line through it, and basically making fun of the people that ride those little scooters. Up here they're called birds, but they ride these little scooters everywhere. I don't know if you guys have seen it down in your area or not. Like they're in the street with these scooters, and it's
like sprees or like the kind that you stand on.
You stand on like motorized scooters.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like all over Cincinnati now, and it's like I guess Austin they made fun of them down there with this brewery. So Drunken one, if you ever get by Pine House Pizza's Round Rock Brewery, check out that beer, see what you think. But they're kind of annoying. I mean, they've had people getting running into people because some of them ride on the sidewalks, and I think cars have hit a couple of them. It's like bad idea.
It's like drinking a glass of Aunt Jemima's pancake syrup.
Can a beer
straight up like pancake syrup?
Here's a question: can a beer give you a cavity?
Probably so.
This one could. If anyone could, this one could.
Rod has this one, so.
Oh yeah.
You had to essentially the regular like flapjack, right?
I don't know if you could drink the whole can by yourself because it's so sweet.
Yeah, this one is pretty sweet.
You talk about Willis.
What kind of beer does your wife like? Like, what's her like?
She's more of, after working with her and her palate, she's more of a wit beer. So she drinks a lot of the wit beers that are out. That's more of her favorite style, or some of the wheat ales. She likes those as well.
Is that the Whittle Moon? Yeah. Oh, she'd love the Whittle Moon then. That's so good.
Yeah, we go to a restaurant and stuff.
Huh?
We go to a restaurant or something and order, and the server will come over and like get our drink order, and they'll be like, what kind of beer, whatever, and she's just like, he'll know, and I'll look on the menu and I'll pick it out, and she'll like, I know her palate now, so it's like and they'll try to come to me, and it's kind of like, well, we have this and this, well, this is an IPA. I was like, I already know all this stuff, thank you very much. but I'm not like that and everything, but it's kind of like, oh, I already know, thank you, I appreciate it. My wife's like, don't cut them off in the middle of their thing, they're supposed to tell you about them. Like, well, I already know what I want.
Well, that's good that she's trying that too a little bit.
Yeah. The funny thing now, though, is when I go to these places and it's like, I'm trying to find beer I haven't had. So it's like, we'll go to a place and there'll be like 25 beers on the list, and there'll be like only one I haven't had, or sometimes it's none. It's like, well, I've had all these beers. It's like, she said, you had all? Yeah, I've had them all,
So what do you do there? Do you just drink water, or do you get one?
No, if they're all good, I'll get my favorite of the ones that are listed. If it's something like, we were at one place and it was like they had zombie dust on tap, so I was like, well, give me a zombie dust then.
I was going to say, what's your like go-to that almost every place will have that you go to?
I actually don't have one because the only thing that we go to places that they have everywhere, like kind of like your macros, which I never order when I go out. So all of them, we had like little craft brewery stuff. The place we went to last night where I got that on draft, G13, they actually just got better at their list. They had the G13, they had the Hop Slam.
Yeah, come on.
I'm kind of kicking myself because I didn't get the Dunkin' Donuts one. I want to try that porter and another one. Yeah, but most of the time, a lot of places, because of the way distribution is set up, they have a lot of the same beers. If we've got like Heidelberg distributed the different places, they're all certain beers they're only contracted to distribute. So if you're going to like a Heidelberg restaurant or bar, you're going to be limited on your offering. So
yeah, like for me, if we go somewhere like Two Hearted Ale's you can basically get it just about anywhere around here.
Yeah.
So sometimes you go to a place where they have, a mixture of stuff, and usually like Two Hearted is probably the best offering that they have. So that's usually my kind of go-to if to say.
Yeah.
Well, we do depending on what it is.
Yeah, we get Two Hearted at a few places and we'll get Oberon on tap here when they come out with that next in March, and some of the other spots where it's like, yeah, I'll go and get that because, that's one of my favorite of the groups and stuff here. So, but a lot of them try to get in other crafts. They try to switch stuff out each week or every 2 weeks. So usually I can find something, but it gets harder the more I do stuff on. But then if I've had it already, I get a beer I haven't had. A beer I've already had that I really like. Now, if it's something where we go to for instance, say a Mexican restaurant where it's all macro and like Dos Equis and something like that, then I'll usually get just an ice water, or I'll get maybe a margarita. Occasionally I'll get a whiskey and Coke or something,
Yeah.
Which if you ever go to a Mexican restaurant and you get a whiskey and Coke, at least up here in Kentucky, they hook you up, son. They give you more than you get
shot.
Yeah, more than you get at the American restaurants here for cheap. You get a double shot of Makers and Coke or something like that, and it's $6 or whatever. It's you go to Fridays for that, you pay $15 or something.
Oh yeah.
So nice little hookup when you go to those spots.
But they do the beer Ritas or whatever. You ever had one of those? A lot of the Mexican places.
Yeah. I think they up here they have the Corona Rita. Yeah, so it's
Corona Rita. Yeah.
The Corona and the margarita. I used to drink those as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they do that here.
You get jumbo ones here.
Yeah, they'll do that at our local Mexican place.
That's one of the few
I think
times
it was called Beer Rita, but yeah, Corona Rita, basically what it is.
That's one of the few times you'll actually see a Corona in front of me.
Yeah.
Because it's being dipped into something else.
Lime or no lime?
Yeah. No, well, I don't drink it usually straight. If you did drink it straight, you would need the lime, no. So.
Yeah.
I think in Mexico I may have had one when I was down there just because it was just there, but yeah. The Drunken one says, sounds fun, but he's closer to you. I thought you were closer to Austin. Okay. And he said, let that warm up, Eric. Get another one for now. Talking about the warm beer. He's a Todd. He got you confused with Eric there.
I love it, but it's so sweet.
Yeah, the beer guy said Bell's Too Hard. It will be out in the summer. Yeah, that's what we were saying. It'll be out in July, so that'll be available out there. So a lot of good stuff there. And I saw Pizza Hut is actually expanding their beer delivery to 1,000 stores now. I don't know if you knew that or not, but now Pizza Hut in a lot of cities will also bring you beer with pizza you can order.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have Uber Eats where you live?
We have Uber Eats more in Cincinnati than in Kentucky, but we have DoorDash here now too.
Oh, DoorDash. I haven't checked that one.
Yeah, and then they have Grubhub in Cincinnati as well.
Oh, and Grubhub.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can do
Cincinnati, you can order beer through Amazon, they'll deliver it within 2 hours as well.
Damn. Well, see, we have an Amazon hub just not even in Jeffersonville, which is 5 minutes, 10 minutes from here. But I'm pretty happy with getting it within 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh. So, DoorDash, and what was the other one?
Grubhub?
Yeah, Grubhub. DoorDash and Grubhub.
For what?
They deliver food to your house.
No.
Yeah, there's it'll be interesting to see how they grow more in popularity. But I saw a thing where Kroger is actually experimenting now in like Phoenix, Arizona. I think it was Kroger that was working with the company, but actually your groceries are getting delivered by robot. They got test marketing out there now.
Oh, wow.
So you go online and place your order, and they send out a robot car with your packages. You just pick it up. Which now we have click lists here, which I never use. You can go online and order it, and they'll go through the store and pick up stuff for you. And then you just pick it up there and they bring it to your car.
Yeah, I know about Kroger. A lot of places there do that now. Kroger, Walmart, I think.
Yeah.
Do that.
I would think if you did that with like kind of your package stuff, you're better off. Like, I don't know if I want them doing that with like meat and vegetables and something. Because I mean, like sometimes you want to look at the produce, they'll give you some shitty produce or something, right? So
Right.
you
Yeah.
see that kind of stuff.
I tried looking online one time for the Kroger one. I was like, not sure what the hell I want to get. You know, you just kind of impulse buy when you go.
Yeah.
Like if you have a set list or something, it'd probably be pretty good. But
Yeah.
Which
And
is what we need to do.
well, we should. But there's a lot of things we should do, but we don't.
Isn't that the truth?
Hopefully to our friends in the north in Wisconsin, like Ryan, who runs Beer by the Numbers, they are now able to get beer because in Wisconsin it was so cold. Like beer deliveries were not going out. So that's when the polar vortex gets real, when beer can't be delivered.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I have a feeling Ryan was probably pretty stashed nicely on his beer up there, but yeah.
I wonder if he gets. I'm assuming he gets New Glarus then. Probably he's in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he gets New Glarus and stuff there. Yeah.
Have you ever had anything from them?
I think I had the Spotted Cow a while back. I think that was one of the beers I had. Yeah. Which is like their flagship beer, which I thought was decent.
Their fruited beers are really good.
The Spotted Cow had some hype around it that it didn't live up to me for as much on that one, but it was a good beer.
Yeah, it was okay. I've had that one too. It was okay. Yeah. Really, what their mainstay, I think, for me, is like their fruited style beers.
Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, that's a lot of the beer stuff happening, and a great time talking tonight. I mean, we've been going for about just over a couple hours. Great participation. Appreciate everybody that was in the beer chat here, and probably go ahead and get it shut down here. I mean, I got to work tomorrow. Todd has work tomorrow. Shannon does it, so she can keep rolling through tonight.
Pulling that Rod J Friday special.
Yep. Yeah, but when you all are off this weekend, I'll be at work. So
that's true. Yeah. When I'm beating Rod at some Madden on Saturday, he'll be working.
Todd's got one game he can beat me at.
Yeah. Thank God he can beat you because he can't beat anybody else.
Well, now you're making me feel bad.
You win at everything else in life.
I've actually had to go back and I've had to go into YouTube to figure out that game now, like videos and stuff, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And apparently playing defense is kind of a thing they left out. I mean, I don't know, maybe a Big 12 designer designed that game this year, but
yeah, it's all about offense.
Yeah. But every Thursday night we actually get together and do this, and appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. A lot of good people with good channels. So make sure you check out some of the channels of the people here, like Drunken Wine. Check out all the stuff he's doing. Make sure you check out Bottom Dollar Outdoors, Alan's Beer Sports, and more. We had Off the Tent here earlier. We've had, trying to remember everybody that we had at Whiskey Quest was here. Beer Man, everybody in the chat. You can always hit those the 21090, hit those dots next to their name so you can check out their channels as well. But next Thursday we'll be back again and do another show and maybe do something a little bit this weekend. I actually have redesigned the trivia wheel. Did I tell you that? I redesigned the trivia wheel. So the trivia wheel, which I'll give you a sneak peek at that here.
Do you have categories?
It's now going to be different categories because I was trying to do everything around beer, which is fine. So now I'm going to actually do this one here where it has different topics, and it has beer, it has wine, it has whiskey,
Ooh.
but we put some fun stuff in there like movies, television,
Nice.
history, and what else did I put on here? Let me take a look at it.
Oh, we totally kick ass on this game.
Television. And let me see here. Let me do this real quick. It's got this click to spin that's kind of blocking my screen there. Let's see the other ones. History. Did I say history?
Yep.
That's on there. So then
Wait, Jenny.
we'll spin it, and then we'll do trivia for whatever it ends on. So if it comes up where it's cars, I will provide a trivia car question, because who doesn't like cars, right? So everybody got to use them. Everybody needs them. Guys like cars. Women like cars. We'll do different stuff. And I need to make it some type of way of a drinking type game where we'd have to be like golf, right? It's all up to you to decide to drink or not if you get something wrong. But
Get it wrong, take a shot.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do like a trivia show, like here's whiskey, and I will put a whiskey question up there. So we'll have like a little bit of an edutainment type show. So everybody have fun, educate a little bit, and see what we can learn about. So
where are the questions going to come from? Are you going to make them up or get them off something?
I'll have to make them up on the different things, but I know where I can pull some information from to do some stuff. So could be a little bit of fun type thing to do.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
So maybe this weekend I will do a special episode on just trivia on the channel. See who wants to partake in that. See what your trivia knowledge is.
We can't be hanging out too late next Thursday because we got to get up early because we got to go to 450 North.
That's right. We got to go get y'all some beer.
We got to leave early.
What time are you guys going up to 450 North?
I don't know.
Well, it opens at 11. We got to be there 2 hours beforehand to get in line.
Well, shit, I can sleep in then.
So 9, so we have to leave at like 7.
Probably.
Ooh, that is early.
Yeah.
Normal Friday for me.
There was a service that was started by kids, although I don't think you can do it at a brewery, but they do it for like movies and stuff, where real smart kid came up with the idea of how people have to wait in line for stuff. And basically, you would hire the kids and they would go to hold your spot in line. So you would pay them a fee or whatever, and they would go stand in line, and then when you're about to come up, they would call you so that you can come take your spot back, which is a pretty neat idea. Yeah. So little kids like 15 or 16 years old, he got his buddies in the neighborhood to actually do it with him and started a business from it, which was a great idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
We need something like that for breweries and stuff, right? So
yeah, like, hey, go stand in line on Black Friday to get your whatever. Yeah, we're good.
I bet people would get pissed off though. It's like, well, you're not losing anything in your spot. I'm just changing out with this person.
Right. Yeah.
But good stuff for sure. And thanks to everybody hanging there. Still like 6 people still watching, so we appreciate that. Hanging into the end. Woo!
Hanging into the end.
And I'm going to go ahead and get ready to shut this down. We don't have Eric here tonight, so how are we going to do the PSA?
You haven't done this for a while. You got to do some Dusty Roads, baby.
Well, I can't do it the way I'm doing it now because I can't get the OBS to play through.
Oh, okay.
Without blasting my speakers. My wife's sleeping right now, so
you haven't done the phone call for a while. We got to get that here sometime soon.
Yeah, I got to figure a way to get that to come through. I have to work on this still a little bit. The funny thing is, if I do an OBS stream and it's just me streaming up and it's not part of a Hangout, then it plays sound through the system. But it's when the interface is with the Google Hangout system, it won't allow the sounds come in because it's going through somehow differently through their network.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll
damn it, Google.
See if I can figure out something there. But just don't drink and drive because you hurt people, you hurt yourself, hurt the ones you love. You
put yourself 6 feet under.
6 feet under, do a stupid sobriety test. Do a stupid sobriety test.
Get a free trip to jail. All it's going to do is hurt your family and friends.
Yeah. This we're all trying to cover Eric's part. Eric has the whole spiel down. So
Call an
basically,
Uber, a Lyft, get the bartender to call somebody for you.
Oh, I love it, Eric.
What does this say?
How about don't be a douche canoe?
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't be a douche
Yeah.
canoe. Exactly.
exactly.
We're
Don't be
trying
that
for you,
person.
Eric. We're trying for you.
Yeah. But we'll have Eric back next week to actually do the full PSA because we know people love the PSA when Eric does the PSA. And
I love it.
Yeah. And if anything comes real bad, we'll just send Eric to your house so he could threaten you in person. So
That'd be awesome.
and nobody wants that. So thanks again to everybody that joined tonight. Make sure you check out, like I said, all the other channels. Make sure if you haven't subscribed and you like what you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button, of course, and make sure you hit that alarm button for any of the updates. Every Thursday night, we do the Beer Flow show, 9:15 Eastern. And then during the week, reviews, some different stuff there coming out. Trying to get some other things put together still. I've had a couple guys ask me about some of the home brewing videos I've done before. Kind of not actually home brewing, but some home brewing things. I've done some videos on hops and different things like that. So hopefully get some of that stuff added back up. If there's anything that you guys would like to see or have questions on too, always feel free to leave a comment in the comments. And I can look to do some other stuff there too. But thanks again for everybody for checking out the videos tonight and the live stream. Look forward to catching you guys next time. Thank you, Todd and Shannon, of course. And now we got little doggy in the house. and we will look to catch up with you guys next time. Cheers. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Catch you guys later.